There's also a song. There's a song to buy. Oh. A friend had laser eye surgery, and I went to go pick her up and went to the wrong place. I didn't make up lies to get out of there. And the receptionist was trying to. Why didn't you just say I went to the wrong place? My bad. I don't know. Something's wrong with me, I think. Bro, maybe you need LASIK. Actually, maybe you just need a lobotomy. Dude, I had therapy. I had therapy on Tuesday. And I literally asked my therapist if they still allow lobotomies, and she said for you they might make a special exception. Like, wow, that's awesome. Thank you. That was really nice. What's Kahoot again? It's like quizzes. It's like online quiz. Everybody join Kahoot. It was so fun. You should see. Dude, I want to. I actually booked my appointment already. I'm gonna get lobotomized in 13 days. Do people like listen to this music like religiously? The crazy name. Oh, this one, yeah. I think. What'd you put? Yeah, we used Kahoot so much when I was in school. Really? Hyrazol? Really? This is giving me a headache. I don't dislike it, but it's giving me a headache. Did you make an account? I don't think so. I think you should just be able to. Scan the QR code or put in the code. Kahoot.it. You really like music when he does when it's vocal? That is so strange. Cherbasket. I think with his lower voice banks and make more. Yeah, I think that would be. Who the fuck is Obama? Me? Yeah, of course it is. Ew. How do I change what gender I am? Do I have to join the game from my phone, or can I play it on the computer? Sugon. What is that? Sugandese? What is that? What is that? Sugandese? I bet just a Majima core. Nuts? What about nuts? Suck on these nuts. You guys are children, you know that? Do you guys like, do you guys like mine? Gen VC intro song? Wait, what is that? It's Tutu? Thank you. Alright, let's go. Nobody else is joining. Kahoot at home. Fnaf quiz for Jay Cubby. How many nights to play in the first 5 Nights at Freddy's game? I mean, it's gotta be 5, right? Cock? What? Why is it called Five Nights at Freddy's? Why is it called Five Nights at Freddy's if you play 7 nights? That doesn't make any sense. Because lore? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? I don't understand that. Whatever. That doesn't make any sense. Why not just call it 7 Nights at Freddy's then? Or like a week at Freddy? Like a week at Freddy. That doesn't make any sense. That's stupid. True or false? All animatronics are possessed by spirits. Don't they have kids in them? Because you're only supposed to work there for 5 nights. Yeah. What? How is that false? Aren't you guys told me that there's children in them? You guys told me there's kids in there. But not all of them? What? What was the movie about then? This is stupid. The animatronic picture below is possessed by a spirit. Dude, isn't that Freddy? Or the bunny? He's a man trapped inside of a spring-locked suit. This is stupid. Wait, FNAF is dumb. Wait, FNAF is stupid. It'll make sense later? Yeah, Night 7 is crazy. Oh, I'm on fire. Suck on D's, asshole. I don't know anything about FNAF either. What infamous event is pictured below? Well, it has to be the body of 87. That's the one that makes sense. Why are there multiple bytes? Why are there multiple bytes? Isn't there a Markiplier clip where he's like, "That's the byte of 87." Isn't that a thing? Because lore? What the fuck? Oh, bomb nut in 5th place, dude. What the fuck be teething? Give him a fucking key ring. Why are they biting kids? Which animatronic was the first mascot of the original Party Plan franchise to become Freddy Fazbear's Pizza? I'm just guessing. Toy Chica? Isn't Chica the one that everyone's horny for? Isn't that Chica? The one that everybody wants to have sex with? Is she a bunny? Oh, she's the duck. Isn't she the duck? Is she the duck? How many FNAF games are there? She's a chicken? Looking to the stars for answers, but I don't have my contacts in. But you're seeing stars then. That's actually better. 15? What? Gay got 0 points. The podium is within reach. I don't think it is, dude. I kept it spin-offs. It's literally cheating. I literally got 0 questions right. I actually got 0 questions right. I got 0 questions right. I'm fucked. I got. Timmy, thank you so much for making that. I hated it. I messed everything up. Yeah, dude, I don't like autistic people anymore. You guys are so mean. You guys are actually bullies. Now I'm mad. Okay, chat. Do we play Marvel Rivals and then go into FNAF lore, or do you guys want to do FNAF lore right freaking now? Wait, we have to wait for Nova though. We have to wait for Nova to finish. I forgot. Nova. We have to wait for Nova to finish. $79%. Honestly, we can tell, Chair Basket. We can tell. We can tell. We have to wait for Nova to finish the thing. Let me DM Nova. Hold. How close are you to finish? What is this, Adam? Is this Miku? Sorry, I forgot to mute my mic. I'm sorry. Male voice pink? I don't know what that means. I don't like this either. Oh, this is Chad. Maybe this is Chad. She's a commentary YouTuber. Yeah, wait, I was gonna say, aren't these like not real people? This is just like straight up fucking like AI. Yeah, like this is weird. I don't like this. This feels very like iRobot. I don't like it, dude. It's kind of freaking me out. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit. It's technically a Miku song. Wait, the song cover of a Miku song? Don't pull up to Alaska or it'll get wicked around here. Like that? Like that? They call our area Frown Town because shit be serious. Dude. That doesn't scare me at all. Alaskans? What are you guys even fucking good at? Dude, I'm from Florida. There's nothing you can do to me. I don't understand this stuff. Am I old? Am I getting old, dude? My hood consists of 7 people. Yeah, and one of them's a fucking moose. We'll find you. Come fucking try it, buddy. You know what my squad consists of? 3 Republicans with guns and 4 alligators. Okay? Good fucking luck. Yeah, I know, cause, dude, when I went out with Tia to get that Miku thing, right? We found that at the store. There was a lady There was a lady who was like, "Hey, do you remember the like Domino's Hatsune Miku commercial?" I was like, "Yeah, definitely. I definitely, yeah, 100 fucking percent. Yeah, absolutely." I had no idea what she was talking about. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Why would anybody know that stuff? Why would anybody know that? Bro, that moose can't do shit on me. That moose can't do shit. I don't care how tall they are. Listen, I've beaten up tall guys before. I don't care. Bring them over. See what happens. What? I eat metal for fun. Dude, I just don't like how they all sound like literal robots. It's like not, it sounds weird. I don't like it. Juan! You know what where Freddy and Foxy have oiled up toward. Wait, I thought that was fan. I thought that was fan made because I watched that last night. I didn't know that was a part of the lore. I just watched that last night for fun. Link? Bro, I sent it to you. What do you mean? We watched it together, Juan. What are you talking about? You were literally there in the Discord call with me. This guy's fuck. What is he talking about? He doesn't know anything. Guys, Nova said that they're 10 minutes out from finishing the form, so we could just wait it out and then do Marvel Rivals for a little bit after. Together, yeah, we came at the same time. Just need a second to watch myself. Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. For motivation, yeah. Just have it on the side monitor when you're editing or something. That's a good idea. So FNAF lore. Wait, what? Wait, what about FNAF? Shadow quote or My Chemical Romance lyric? Wait, that's kind of fun. Anyways, dude, Juan, how are you? Juan, I'm just letting you know right now, I'm the best Sue Storm you've ever seen in your entire life. Just want to let you know that. There is no greater Sue Storm than Jake Huppy. Just want to let you know. Wait, what is this? I've never heard this before. Bro, every chance I get, I play that woman, okay? For multiple reasons. I'm so fucking good at that character, it's crazy. I just get her. Wait, hold on. Oh, God. She literally can't even see the fucking lyrics. Where are her glasses at, dude? This poor woman. Somebody get her some fucking eye contacts or something. But wait, why would you ever? Why do you play her less now that she actually got a buff? Why would you play her at all? But why would you play her less after she got a buff? She's always ass, but. This is when she's matching Jason Nash. Yeah. Crazy time. That dude, her videos about that vlog squad thing, dude, actually changed the internet. It changed the entire fucking internet forever. It was crazy. Am I not Star Lord? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? We're just Nash gonna beg after TikTok gets banned? Hopefully his like rich wife. Hopefully his rich wife. You know what? I think Trisha Paytas is like a very fucked up evil person. But I will say this about her. I think that a lot of her OnlyFans leaks are like there's way too much. And I don't mean that like I mean that like people will just do anything to make her miserable. I think that's kind of weird. Yeah, David Dobrik does have abs now. It's kind of I don't like when good things happen to bad people. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of fucked up. I don't like it. It pisses me off. But I saw somebody tweet that says he has the face of somebody who should not have abs ever. And I was like, yeah, I agree. Is it true neutral? No, she said some fucked up shit to me. It's done. Let me see. Bro, why do you always go above and beyond like this? What? Are you serious? You didn't need all of this. What is wrong with you? We're gonna say thanks, Nova, for working. That is me saying thanks. Dude, holy shit. Employment examination database. The following data. Oh my god, no, you know what this reminds me of? Hold on, no, I'm gonna write this in your DM so we remember. Okay, let's see. So this is me. Is there any parts of this I should wait until after to look over? The following is classified and is the sole property of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Unauthorized access, duplication, or dissemination of this material is strictly prohibited and punishable under company policy and applicable laws. Mishandling of this document, including but not limited to theft, intentional alteration, or improper storage, may result in legal action or termination. I don't care. I don't care. Blah, blah, blah. Skip, skip, skip. Wow! Hey, why does some of these animatronics look evil? I don't know if I want to work here anymore. Section 1. General Knowledge Section. Applicants will be evaluated in this section based upon the extent to which they understand the legends that constitute the foundation of Fazbear Entertainment. Each question will ask you to explain the specific elements of the franchise's complex storylines, characters, and hidden details that correlate the games. Responses should not only reflect an understanding of the events as they unfold in the games, but also incorporate any relevant theories, hidden meanings, or subtle connections across the series. The motivations, actions, and significance of important characters, such as those involved in catastrophic events, their connections to the animatronics, or how particular developments influence the overall plot, should also be explained by applicants. Who established Fazbear Entertainment? Uh, Freddy Fazbear Sr. Okay. Freddy Fazbear Sr. OG Chica, I don't know what that is. That's my ball joke? You want me to read all this? 80% score. Unauthorized access, duplication, or dissemination of the material is strictly prohibited, punishable. Yeah, we saw this. Due to your relentlessness, then we shall say borderline desperate application for employment, given your evidential overabundance of free time. Okay, literally go fuck yourself. We look forward to assessing your skills and determining if you possess the skills required for this position. Did you really think that this job just fell out of the sky for you? Yes. This database contains the official employment examination required for individuals seeking a position at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Please proceed forward for any further instruction. Candidates must demonstrate an extensive knowledge of the pizzeria's history, its narrated past, and the distinctive qualities of our beloved animatronics in order to join our team and contribute to preserving the extensive history and ambiance that our customers have grown to anticipate. To move forward with the employment process, a score of at least 80% is necessary. The examination encompasses an extensive selection of topics, including the history of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, the events surrounding its numerous events, the components that comprise the entirety of Fazbear Entertainment. The examination will also evaluate your understanding of the safety protocols and how to handle unexpected emergency should an emergency occur. I have no idea what's happening, Timmy. No, not at all. The content of this examination is derived from Fazbear's Entertainment's research into the history and lore of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria and its associated events. However, due to complex, fragmented, and often contradictory aspects of available record, the existence of definitive and universally accurate timeline cannot be confirmed. Variations in details and differing interpretations may exist, and the canonicity of certain elements is not guaranteed. The information presented herein reflects some of the most reliable and widely recognized sources currently available, although it is subject to revision as new developments and insights can alter the understandings of the franchise's history. Any concerns or discrepancies regarding the integrity of the examination should be promptly reported to Freddy Fazbear's IT department for review. Please be aware that any attempts to manipulate the examination process or falsify. Where's the bald joke? Well, there will be a pop quiz after this. Fuck. Bitch. Explain the connection between the Afton family and the creation of the animatronics. He killed kids and made robots. Why do animatronics attempt to kill a security guard? He said a slur one time, and that's how they cancel people. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. What is the true identity of the purple guy? Who the fuck is the purple guy? Literally, who even is this? Yeah, that's what I'm listening to, Edgy. I was a security guard. I mean, what? Dude, Juan, I wouldn't doubt it. Dude, guys, you have no idea. Meeting Juan in person, literally 90% of his language, his lingo is just slurs. It's actually just slurs. What is the scooper, and how do remnants? What the fuck is a remnant? Directly / indirectly correlate to it. Applicant response. Ghosts that scoop poop from the toilets when kids forget to flush. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Am I supposed to actually know that? The Yippee just okay, the name game. In this section, applicants will be asked to provide a brief but informative overview of each. Oh, are you kidding? I don't know. Okay, I saw the FNAF movie, barely paid attention because I thought it was terrible. Mike Schmidt, isn't this a guy that PETA Malark played? So, new security guard, right? Right? William Afton, one half of the gay couple from the Scream movie. The puppet marionette. Is this a reference to Poppy Playtime? Henry Emily. This is two people. Gabriel. This is ridiculous. How am I supposed to know any of this? The one guy in the, yeah, like an angel or something. Bible, Jesus friend. I don't know. This is very well made by Window. This is very pretty. Historical timeline section. In this section, applicants are required to provide a detailed review of the significant incidents. Did you just move? Excuse me. The bite of 83. Did a kid get bitten and killed? That one sounds pretty right. That one feels like it's accurate. A kid got bitten and killed. MCI, the redacted incident. How the fuck am I supposed to know if it's fucking redacted? Stupid question. The bite of 87. Markiplier talked about this, but I only know the meme of him saying it, so probably maybe just another kid bite. Elizabeth Afton's death. Bitch died. But kids died. Sounds good to me. Historical timeline section. Applicants must demonstrate their knowledge of the content embedded within each game in the series. In the final section of the examination for every games listed, candidates are required to identify and describe at least 3 major lore elements or events that contribute to the overarching story of Fazbear Entertainment. These points may include character revelations, significant incidents, hidden details, or connections to the broader timeline. What? What? I don't understand. What do I do? 1, 2. What does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? Write 3 key details from the game in a room. Doors have batteries for some reason. The Chica doll is apparently a chicken and not a duck. Final Fantasy 32. Same security guard. Maybe takes place in 1985. Animatronics get sexy makeover. Right? That's the thing. Five Nights at Freddy's 3. How can this happen 3 times in a row? Why didn't they just hire the living tombstone instead of expensive animatronics? The fox is hot now. I don't know. Sister location. There is a sister. She is at a location somewhere. Freddy. I don't know. I don't know any of this, dude. This is like hard. This is basic information. I don't know any of this. Bigger pizza place. Freddy allows a kid inside of him. Vanessa. Vanessa's in that one. Right? Do you guys think I'm gonna get the job? This concludes our Freddy Fazbear Pizza. Wait, always come back. What? This concludes the Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria employment application. We appreciate your dedication and commitment to completing this process, and your application has been successfully received. Your responses will now be carefully reviewed by our team to access your suitability for a position within Freddy Fazbear Entertainment. We aim to provide all applicants with a fair and thorough evaluation, regardless of gender, sexuality, or balding status. I should be fine. And you'll be contacted shortly regarding the status of your application. That usually means like 4 months. In the meantime, we encourage you to consider the extensive and long-standing history of Fazbear Entertainment and the responsibility that accompany being a worker within our Fazbear family. Somebody smudged the ink. Security breach, unauthorized access. Warning, unexpected access patterns have been found in an examination database. Please remain calm and do not attempt to exit the Fazbear Entertainment dispatch support you to animatronic connected. Wait, animatronic movement detected in server room. Delete slash system 32. That should solve it. All right, guys. I solved the problem. It was just a simple matter of coding things. Penis. Oh, are these the answers? Are these the answers? Yes? Okay, so don't look yet. Got it. That was cool, Nova. Whoa. Hey, that was cool. I think I did good. I think I'm gonna get the job. That was cool. All right. I thought that was awesome. That was very well done. That was very well done. That was awesome. Can we get some claps in chat from Nova, please? That was fucking sick. That was sick, dude. Yeah, shake some ass. Shake some ass, dude. That was awesome. Okay, now is it time to watch the lore? Should we watch the lore now? Should we watch the lore now? Is it time to watch Matt Pat? Smoking that Matt Pat Mac Pack? Yes. This is 4 videos, each 20 to 30 minutes. This should take a long time. Everybody, I hope you all are ready to go on this journey with me. The Matt Pat one's what? I don't like the Matt Pat version of the lore. What's wrong with it? It's filled with plot holes. Can we just watch it anyways? I only know Matt Pat. That's all I know. I literally only know Matt Pat. Just watch it, okay. I don't know anything else besides Matt Pat. What the fuck?
Today we end the torment. 19 books, 11 games, 8 whole years, all leading to this moment. The ultimate FNAF timeline is finally complete. The pieces are in place for us. Now all we have to do is put this story of tragedy, jealousy, and loss back together. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, the show that feels like
this is, by the way, chat, this is a fun fact. This is my first time ever watching a Matt Pat video. Fun fact. Never in my life have I seen anything about Matt Pat until now.
Class project that he's been working on all year. Except here, it's the class project that I've been working on for the past decade of my life. This one is big, my friends, and I gotta admit, kinda nervous. I haven't attempted a timeline video on this franchise since 2018. Back in the days when Mike was the crying child, Afton coming back was actually a surprise, and Fazgoo wasn't a phrase I'd ever thought I'd have to utter. But since the last time I did something like this, we've had 3 more massive games, the death and revival of the FNAF movie, and more robot
Wait,
kids
does Freddy Fazbear come?
It is exhausting trying to keep
Matt
track of this
Fazgoo,
which honestly is why I'm here today. The lore at this point is complicated. It is full of speculation and theory. So to hopefully make it a little easier for everyone and to give us all a baseline to talk about this franchise moving forward into the future, it's time to reveal my current working FNAF timeline. But just before I do, I just want to explain a couple of things. First, this timeline is massive. Seriously, it is huge. This thing towers over any video project we have ever done on the channel. But when you look at the totality of this franchise, the story of FNAF really boils down to the story of one man, William Afton. His successes, his failures, his rise to becoming co-owner of one of the most successful restaurant franchises in the world, and his eventual fall to the monsters he helped to create, only to then be reborn in a new digital form later. That's why I've decided to split this timeline into 3 main chunks. The foundation of Freddy's, how the business started and how it came into being, the Afton era, William's decades-long murder spree, and post-Purple Guy. Basically modern FNAF, everything that happens after the pizzeria simulator fire. And because there are lots of new big revelations.
Wait, is William Afton Purple Guy?
As well as just points I want to talk about further, I decided
make me watch
to
my eyelids open.
dedicate
Dude, no, come on, this is awesome,
I
Kiva.
originally
Please,
wanted
I need the
to do
viewership
one
numbers to go up.
seamless, continuous video, but it just felt incomplete without some sort of explanation at the end of each one. Once this whole thing's done, I promise I'm gonna merge all the narrative bits into one massive
One of the
video so
Purple
you can just
Guys?
skip my explanations. But for now, this just felt like the best, most satisfying, most
He's the evil.
complete
There's a
way
good
to
Purple
do
Guy?
this. That being said, this is still about the story, the broad strokes of the franchise. So in order to make sure that you guys know that I'm not just pulling answers out of thin air, not only am I discussing
Can you
some
just
of the more
get to it?
controversial bits at the end of each chunk, we're also putting in a handy little graphic in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, which will show thumbnails, video titles, books, and any other citations that we need throughout the video. So if you wish to understand that specific statement in more detail,
Wait, that's a lot of
you know
work. Oh my
exactly
God.
where we've taken it from. That way
Oh my
you can read
God.
those details for yourself. So
Wait,
sit
Scott
back, grab some
Cawthon?
popcorn or your pitchforks if you're the type to get upset when I say
Is
something
that-
controversial, and make sure that you subscribe, since this is going to be a video that you're going to want to come back to a few times in order to fully dissect.
There's so
Without
much
any more
research.
waiting, I present to you the story.
Dude,
of
I'm
a
sorry I'm
living,
not gonna be
obsessive
him ever,
father
but
who
I don't
slowly
have
descended
the
into
energy for any of
madness,
that.
and along the way discovered the secret to eternal
Cough on these
life.
nuts, where you can cough on these nuts after you choke on them.
Our story begins not in the 1980s, or even in the 1970s,
Part where Chica
but
from
all
Fnaf
the way
2
back
starts
in
an
the
OnlyFans.
1930s.
Oh, dude.
It was the throes of the Great Depression, and
I
people
actually
were in
really
desperate
can't
need of
wait.
cheap entertainment, especially in Utah.
Is there
one of the
FNAF
states hit
Rule
hardest,
34?
fourth highest unemployment in the nation, and full of transients. People looking for work in Salt Lake, finding none, and ultimately moving on to find their fortunes out in California. People were tired and they were hungry. But as
Yes.
they traveled, there was one thing that could lift their spirits. A simple
I
roadside
know what I'm doing after
attraction called
stream.
Fredbear's Singing Show. The ads
Freddy
were plastered
Cock.
all over town,
Freddy
featuring
Cock
an
Bear.
animated bear drawn in the popular pie-eyed cartoon style for characters at the time. He resembled cartoons like Mickey Mouse, Felix the Cat, Betty Boop. It immediately said that this, Fredbear's, was a place where you could bring the family. And the price, honestly, couldn't be beat. For 50 cents, you could get food and entertainment as you watched the local trained real-life dancing bear perform on stage. Normally,
Freddy
you'd see
Goon
dancing bears
Bear.
at large traveling circuses like Barnum and Bailey, where the tickets would go for about $1. That's $1 without food. But this was a smaller show, like the type from the Von Brothers or the Robbins Brothers, where tickets would sell
Freddy
for just a
Freak
mere
Bear.
50
You can
cents.
freak me
Watching
if you
that bear
want.
do tricks on stage brought a glimmer of joy at a time when
The bear's
so
doing
much was
tricks
wrong
on
with
it.
the world. The simple show would go on for years, bringing happiness to hundreds of travelers passing through looking for a quick meal. But it left a permanent impression on one little boy, capturing his imagination in a way that nothing else had. One little boy named Billy. That was his
Billy.
nickname at least, but his parents liked to call him William. William Allen.
Oh.
The bear could dance. He could sing. For decades, William dreamed of recreating that moment of bringing a musical bear to life, but how? William was smart, without a doubt, and he had a keen mind for business, but he wasn't the most creative. How do you make a singing, dancing bear come to life? The best he could do was using rudimentary costumes. William was inspired by the work of Walt Disney, who throughout the 50s and 60s was pioneering the use of mascot suits throughout his theme park. The big innovation? Suits with 5 fingers. This allowed the performers wearing the suits to use their natural arms and hands to interact with the guests, as opposed to the older models where the arms would just hang limply by their sides. Finally, with a simple mascot suit, he would be able to realize
Is this relevant?
his childhood dream. He would be able to bring Fredbear to life. To appeal to the kids, and for copyright reasons, he changed Fredbear from a realistic brown animal to a cartoonish yellow bear with a purple hat and bow tie.
Yes?
But feeling like one character wasn't enough, he added another friend, a yellow rabbit
Bonnie!
with a purple vest and matching tie named Bonnie
Yes!
the Bunny. While Fredbear was certainly his first love, Bonnie was extra special because that was his. It was an original character that he had created
Saw
from
an
scratch.
iDog
And I
as a
do
child, but
mean
never turned to
scratch.
this.
William's hand-sewn costumes were rough, with seams and stitches visibly showing, but it was the best that he could do. And you know what? It was just enough. Bonnie and
I used to
Fredbear
have like
perform
3 of
on
those
stage
things. My
to
grandma used to work
small
at
but
Burger King, so I'd get like
enthusiastic
toys for free. I did like a
crowds. Finally, he was
fuck
able
ton
to
of
deliver
Burger King
fantasy
iDog
and
toys.
fun to all the kids, delighting and inspiring them in the exact
And
way that
Pokemon
he had
cards.
been delighted and inspired
I never
many years
knew-
ago. And
sorry,
things
shut up.
could have ended there. That could have been the end to his story. It could have been perfect had it not been for one thing. Other people saw the success of his idea and they wanted in. Enter Chica's
me copy
Party
your test, I'm
World,
gonna fail.
a
I'm gonna
rival
fail too. You
restaurant
don't want
starring
mine.
performing animal characters. His idea, except they did it better. William may have been the first, but obviously he wasn't the best. It hurt the prideful
Wait.
William Afton to admit it.
Wait.
This restaurant was
Wait.
so many years ago, and things could have ended there. That could have been the end to his story. It could have been perfect had it not been for one thing. Other people saw the success of his idea and they wanted in. Enter Chica's Party World, a rival restaurant starring performing animal characters. His idea, except they did it better. William may have been the first, but obviously he wasn't the best. It
Chica
hurt
was
the
the first
prideful William Afton to
animatronic?
admit it, but this restaurant was able to do the thing that he always wanted to do: make the animals actually come to life. All of the performers in this restaurant were robots.
Swap?
Simple
What the fuck
metal
is swap
skeletons
mean?
that were powered by battery packs, but all of them able to freely turn and talk and dance on their own, no human required. It was like magic. Magic that came from the mind of a brilliant creator named Henry Emily. This Henry, in some small way, had been able to harness the power of life itself. Afton admired him. He was jealous, to be sure, but he also looked upon this man with awe. Off to one side of Chica's Party World was a small cabaret stage.
So
featuring
Henry
an elephant
Emily
and
created Chica's party plan. He created Chica animatronic.
mission.
Got
On
it.
the other, a hippo known to ramble on and on. That one was more of a joke for the parents, but it was the main stage that was for the kids. A rocking band of characters featuring a yellow chicken thing with a southern drawl named Chica, backed by a band of other country-themed characters, including a pig with a banjo, an upbeat frog from the local swimming hole, and a brown bear with a heavy southern accent. Wait, A bear? But bears were his animals. Why not a cow or a horse? Something to fit the country theme a bit better. Why'd it have to be a bear? And adding insult to injury, they had the nerve to call this thing Ned Bear, a direct copy of his own Fredbear.
Whoops, that's gonna leave a mark.
No, that was not okay. Afton's jealous admiration turned to hardened bitterness. A bitterness that would only grow over the next couple of years as families continued to choose Chica's party world over Fredbear's. William just couldn't compete with the appeal of the robots. Eventually, his restaurant would go bankrupt.
Okay, I'm getting
bailed out by, of course, Henry Emily.
Another
humiliation that William wouldn't soon forget. 1979. Despite being bitter, Afton couldn't deny that what came next was a period of massive success and expansion. With the two franchises now merged into one, it was the best of both worlds. Afton's ideas with Henry's robotic expertise. The two men decided to launch
Fazbear's Pizzeria.
Fredbear's Family Diner.
What?
A pizza
Okay,
chain
that's
that
not
would
even a good
eventually
name.
come to
You guys are
feature a
bad
mix
at
of
this.
humans in performing suits as well as on-stage animatronics. They decided to stick with Fredbear as the headliner, considering the yellow bear was easily identifiable as a brand.
Is this technically, is this Golden Freddy? Is this Golden Freddy?
Afton appreciated that. This new restaurant would also see a mix of characters as the two franchises merged into one, with Pig Patch and Happy Frog performing right alongside Fredbear and Bonnie. And as part of this one big Fredbear family, they even got themselves official merch that were released, ranging from masks to magnets.
The crappy Mr. Hippo fridge magnet?
I am sorry, Gregory.
That said, not all the characters were winners. The reception to some characters was just mediocre, so they faded away into the
that? Yo, Leafy! Hi, Leafy, how are you?
Budget tech stores of
I'm learning about
lost
FNAF right
nostalgia,
now.
waiting for their chance to step back into the limelight if and when a headliner went out of commission. Others, though, would fare much better, like a new Pirate Fox, as well as a blue guitar-playing variant of the yellow Bonnie Bunny. Ultimately, the franchise would get so big, it would spawn its own
Wait, I'm
cartoon
confused.
show,
There's so many.
Fredbear and Friends. Business was booming.
Okay, good.
In
It's
the
good to
end,
see you. It's good to
Fredbear
see you.
and
It's good to
Bonnie's
see you.
popularity would be so strong that they would be able to support the Fredbear's Family Diner franchise all on their own, while also spinning off a new sister location dedicated to their friends.
Fazbear's Pizzeria.
1983, Freddy Fazbear's
Yeah!
Pizza, given a dedicated home to all this new supporting cast of characters: Chica the Chicken, Bonnie the Blue Bunny, Foxy the Pirate, and of course the headliner, a brown.
Wait,
Freddy
Foxy's a
Fazbear.
boy?
Business was good, and Afton was happy, mostly. It did bother him that the one original character that he created, the one that he himself played, Golden Bonnie, got passed over for inclusion in that cartoon show. The only character in the roster of regulars to get ignored for the show, but other than that,
Foxy's a
things were going
femboy?
smoothly. He had
Oh.
himself a wife, two sons,
Oh, interesting.
a daughter. He had
Okay,
a thriving
that's not bad.
business, and best of all,
You think
he
of
was able to learn
Roxy?
the craft
No,
of
I'm not. I know who the
robotics
fuck
from
that
man
is.
He both loved and hated Henry. Together, they were constantly pushing the limits of what these characters could do. Because it was quick and easy, new characters introduced into the roster would be given a simple hand-sewn suit with 5 fingers that any performer could wear. Eventually, Henry would design one of his signature animatronics for that character, utilizing a divided mouth with either a hinged or sliding jaw design. This was the first generation of animatronics. But why stop there? Afton had big ideas. What if the animatronics weren't just locked to the stage, but could freely roam the restaurant and interact with the kids? What if his mascot suits could become animatronics? What if you could use more than just rigid metallic skeletons? Why not experiment with tubes and wires that would give the animatronics fluidity and flexibility while still providing structure? The possibilities for this technology were endless.
Why are there so many different-
Afton
who are those
fell in
people?
love with robotics. He had started with a dream of bringing one simple singing bear to life, but with robots, he had stumbled across the tools that gave him the ability to control life itself. And thanks to Henry, he was practically speedrunning his way to an engineering degree. And while William wouldn't admit it out loud, one other thing that kept pushing him forward was the desire
Really?
to
Oh,
beat
well,
his
that's
former rival,
crazy.
to prove himself
I wanna log in my old
smarter and
Roblox
more
account.
capable, to surpass the man who everyone else considered to be a visionary genius. But pride cometh before the fall, and tragedy was about to strike.
Oh, Henry
So that
dies?
brings us to the end of part 1 of the story.
What?
That said, at the end of each of these chunks, I want to break
Roblox?
down some of the
Dude,
logical
Juan, have you
leaps
played
that I made,
Roblox
since
Survivor?
The more narrative format doesn't give me much of a chance to justify a lot of the big decisions. And admittedly, there are some large leaps in here. Let's just start off with Fred
Like,
Bear's
oh, dude, it
signature,
fucking
shall we?
rocks.
We know,
It's
based
so
on
funny,
the retro
dude.
poster that was hidden in Security Breach, that at least at one point, Fred Bear was an
Well, I'm
actual
down.
bear. And like I called out in that narrative
I'll do
segment,
Squid Game
fancy
too. I'm
bear
so- I
shows
love those
were
games.
a real form of entertainment. The only problem is that timing-wise, none of our main characters would be the people in charge of that business in the 30s.
I'm down
and
one.
a
I'm so
series of
down.
pizza restaurants in the 80s without him just being extremely old. Best case scenario, if Afton's running the singing show when he's 18, that still puts him at nearly 70 when the first pizzeria opens and his murder spree begins. That just
Murder
doesn't make
spree?
a lot of logical sense because he doesn't become immortal until his first death in Springtrap. That's why I suspect that Fredbear's Singing Show was either a family business that Afton then carried on to a new generation, or something that he saw as a kid and just wanted to recreate when he grew up. The Fredbear Singing Show thing also starts laying the groundwork for some of the core elements of this story, that Freddy's was a place of fantasy and fun, and that Afton, despite eventually falling to become the heartless serial killer and mad scientist that we know him as, began as someone with good intentions and a love of entertaining kids. He
Wait, I don't
wanted to
understand.
bring
I'm
things to
lost
life
now.
from the very beginning, a theme that recurs a lot for him throughout the rest of the franchise. Next up, let's talk about those mascot costumes. One thing that I keep going back to is the design of Glitch Trap. It's a handcrafted suit. You can see the seams and everything. It even has 5 fingers for the performer's hands. It is very much not a Springtrap suit.
Get back to
This
it?
is
Oh,
something
okay.
much more rudimentary. It came at a time before animatronics were a part of the story. That's why I suspect that it was actually the first, predating literally everything. It's also a suit that is very personal to Afton. He put his digital consciousness in that form. It's his personal avatar. It's the way that he sees himself. There's also a whole separate discussion to be had here about the habits and rituals of serial killers. So the fact that he's choosing to lure kids and kill them in this particular suit actually says a lot about his emotional attachment to it. So while Fredbear seems to have started as someone else's
Also, I'm
creation,
trying to not take notes. I'm trying to see how much I can remember this off the dome. I think it's way better that way, to see how much I can like keep in mind off the dome. You know what I'm saying? I think it's way more fun that way.
Golden Bonnie was uniquely Williams, giving him a personal connection. And that's not all. In this whole franchise, only one set of characters have themselves 5 fingers, the Nightmares. Even Golden Freddy, Fredbear, was a 5-fingered wearable suit at one point in the story, as we see in this shot from the graphic novel, before he, like everyone else, was turned into an animatronic. This seems to imply that all of the main characters had similar wearable mascot outfits at least at one point in time, and that whoever is having the FNAF 4 nightmares, if they even are nightmares, something that we'll touch on in part 2, saw those mascot suits specifically. Lastly, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. The literal elephant, Orville Elephant, as well as the rest of the mediocre melodies. For a while now, I've suspected that the mediocre melodies played a much more important role in the story than just being a bunch more animatronics to fill out the roster. Especially Ned Bear, which is just so suspiciously close to Fredbear. And yet, there are 2 key details that we're gonna have to justify with any mediocre melodies mention. One, they're very rudimentary with external battery packs, implying that they come very early in the timeline. And 2, we know that at minimum, Mr. Hippo does eventually become an official member of the extended Freddyverse. But if these things are supposed to be cheap, generic rip-offs, why would you be
Freddyverse.
trying to rip off yourself? You wouldn't. You would be stealing someone else's ideas. So if Afton created Fredbear, there would have to be some rival franchise. The only other person who would likely be ripping him off? Henry. We've talked extensively about how the mediocre melodies are clearly Henry's design aesthetic, so it just has to be him. I don't think Henry's doing this maliciously. He doesn't strike me as the type. He was likely building the robots at the orders of someone else that was running a rival restaurant franchise. But that's enough motivation to start Afton
what?
down a path of jealous rivalry, but also begrudging admiration. As the Freddy Files Ultimate Edition says, it's important to revisit the beginning of Henry and William's relationship, so here you go. I think this is where it begins. Also, this is future Matt Pat here coming back to add this one in. Seems like the recently released character encyclopedia has backed up all of this speculation. I've had this timeline written for about a month now, but I've also been holding on to it to see what wrenches this character encyclopedia might throw into it. And on this particular point, I gotta say, it seems like we might actually have nailed it. They actively call out the suspicious similarities to the main Fredbear crew. Quote from one of the pages.
Okay,
Ned Bear looks like an imitation, altered just enough to avoid copyright issues. I don't know about you, but
So is this Ned Bear or Golden Freddy? I'm so confused. Is Ned Bear? So what the fuck is Golden Freddy? And Ned Bear is the one that Henry Emily made. Yeah. Okay.
That
All
seems to
right.
imply that we were right on the money. Knowing all of this, at one point the franchises had to have merged. That's really the only way that you get Mr. Hippo from the rival franchise as part of the Fazbear crew. This also mirrors a lot of what happened in the real life history of Chuck E. Cheese, with two rival restaurants each with their own casts of characters merging to become one unified brand. Again, we've gone into that in detail with other videos, just wanted to remind you all of that here. But why would I call out the rival restaurant as
I should paint my nails while I'm doing
Chica's
this.
Party World? Few things actually. First, we know for a fact that a location named Chica's Party World exists. It is mentioned in the source code.
Robert's got a quick hand.
Location, so it is
He'll
out
look
there.
around the
Aaron!
room.
Wait, Chica's Party World.
But
That's
won't
Henry.
tell
That's
you
Henry
his
Emily's
plan.
place.
He's got a rolled cigarette hanging out his mouth. He's
Oh,
a cowboy
all
kid.
the other kids
Yeah.
with the
He
pumped
found a
up
six-shooter
kicks. You
gun in
better
his dad's
run,
closet
better run.
with a box of fun things.
I'll run my
I don't
gun.
even know what. But he's coming for you. Yeah. He's... For you, all the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, outrun my gun. And all the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run faster than my bullet.
Well, hey, Aaron, thanks for terrifying us. Welcome in. Thank you so much. I don't know why the fuck you did that, but that was scary. Hey, Aaron, how are you? We're learning FNAF lore. Well, I'm trying to. I'm still confused, but... Jeez, was okay, got it. Okay, 10-4. Aaron, how are you?
Cleanly anywhere. Second, in the story The Puppet Carver, Chica is very explicitly looped in with the book versions of Pig Patch and Ned Bear, implying that she started as a mediocre melody.
Right.
Thirdly, her design just fits better with a theme of down-home country animals with southern accents playing the banjo and eating with bibs. And with her being the headliner of the show with her name on the restaurant, it would make sense then that when the restaurants merged, she was the one that was added to the main cast of characters while all the other mediocres faded away. It's also why when Freddy's closes after William's killing spree, she's the one to branch back off into her old franchise and is therefore missing in Sister Location. A detail that's bothered me
It just
for
really
years
throws
at
it.
this point.
Oh,
It
I'm
might also
sorry,
explain why
Aaron.
William
I'm
decided to
sorry.
stuff his
That
first
sucks.
dead kid into
Well, you know what?
Chica
We're gonna
with
hang out
all
here,
Henry's
and it's gonna be fun,
creation.
okay? Promise.
Is all
We're gonna
Elizabeth
have fun. I'm
really
learning
off with
FNAF stuff. It's
connecting
gonna be
a lot
awesome,
of
okay?
dots
Forget
are
about that for a
very
little bit.
spread out across the franchise that I've been holding on in the back of my mind for years? Absolutely. But I think it makes sense. It also serves as a clean answer to a lot of the random threads that Scott's been leaving dangling for years. So with all of that in mind, my friends, we can close the book on the foundation of Freddy's. And don't worry, next week I'll be back to give you arguably one of the most confusing parts of this entire timeline situation, part 2, the Afton era. I promise it will actually be next week this time. No more waiting around. I am just as eager to get this one out the door as you are to watch it. I promise. You know what else I promise? I promise that we'll actually get to talking about the games. I would have liked to have talked about them in this.
Okay, thank you, Matt Pat. Is this number 2? Is this part 2? That was a lot of information. What questions do you have? What happened? Oh my god, hi Pink, how are you? Do you need a breather? I think I just need a cigarette. I think I need a cigarette. I'm a little bit everything's confusing. So Henry Emily competitor created Chica's Party World. William Afton created Fredbear Pizzeria. And then Henry Emily had the mediocre melodies, and they were pretty much copycats, and William Afton got mad. No, I can't take notes or else it's cheating. Mediocre melodies and Chica. Right, he stole, or he has Chica. He made Chica, which is crazy because she's the hot one. She's the hot one. Okay, next up. I got this. I get it. Shut the fuck up, Pie Man. It's okay, Edgy, don't worry. I got this. I got this.
To Game
I got
Theory,
this. Don't
and
even worry.
officially Page 7 of the FNAF timeline script. Last time we covered the origins of Freddy's. We talked about William Afton's childhood dream project of making a singing bear come to life.
Better
and the
entertainment than
moment
his
that
shit.
His dream is copied by a rival restaurant franchise.
True,
looking
he
to
did.
steal
I like
away
his better.
Success. The merger of the two franchises
Okay.
results in William
Everybody lock back in.
a brilliant designer with a knack for robotics. Working together, they make Fredbear's
knack
flourish,
for
spawning popular
Obama.
Saturday morning cartoon shows, toy toy lines and
that?
spin-off restaurants under the Fazbear name. When last we left him, Afton was thriving. The world of robotics opened
Was he?
his eyes to new
Wait, I
and
thought he
exciting
wasn't
ways
thriving.
of bringing characters to life. Bringing things to life. Yeah, that was his core driving force, his passion. And it was this very passion that would mutate, twist, and morph from here on out in the story. Because with life, there is inevitably death, something that Afton would become intimately familiar with. But before Afton acquaints himself
Good
with
pizza,
death,
what
I
would you
want
call
you
it?
to take some time to acquaint
Like as a
yourself
joke or
with
for
our
real?
newest channel. Guys, this is a
Okay,
huge...
Map Hat. Buddy, I'm here for Fnaf. I don't give a shit, okay? Either, I think, as a meme,
1983, business
J.
was
Cuppy's
booming with
Jumbo
two whole restaurant franchises
pizzas.
running. Fredbear's Family Diner and the newly opened Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Together, William and Henry had been able to
Oh,
take the
Slimmy
hybrid food
Slices
idea,
is
make it into a reality.
good.
They called their new invention
Slimmy
the
Slices is
Springlock
so
suit.
good.
Fittingly enough, it was symbolic of the
Oh,
partnership.
spring locks. I remember this from the movie. Didn't the spring locks kill people? Like the people inside the suits because they broke and killed people or something? Isn't that what it is? Let me watch. Let me shut the fuck up. Sorry, hold on, I'm learning.
Between these two men, a human suit as designed by William that could become a freestanding Henry-style robot. But because it was still new tech with kinks to work out, the rollout was
Is that Bonnie?
limited, restricted only to the Fredbear's Family Diner location. All of this meant that William was busier than ever. He didn't have time to be a full-time parent, so he designed a nanny cam system where cameras and speakers were hidden throughout the neighborhood, as well as in his youngest son's favorite toy, Psychic Friend Fredbear. I mean, plushy Fredbear.
Oh.
But since cameras just weren't enough to raise a kid, he also left childcare duties to his eldest son, Michael. There was just one problem with that. Michael was far from the best babysitter. He tormented his younger brother by jump scaring him with a foxy mask and constantly left him behind. William watched
What a
all of it
dick.
from his cameras. Kids would be kids. Tomorrow was another day, after all. Except Michael's torment didn't stop. Bitter, angry thoughts would run through Michael's mind. Why did he have to be the one to take care of this whining crybaby all the time? It just
Why does that
wasn't
people weren't
fair. It was time that
and
he
Henry
got even with his
fantastically
brother
animated
by playing the
animatronics. Okay,
ultimate
I see.
prank. A prank that just so happened to be on this crying child's birthday. He and his friends would take his scared little brother and make him do the one thing that he was terrified of doing.
Peeing
getting
in public.
Close to the animatronics. That would be embarrassing for the kid that was such an embarrassment to him. His brother squirmed, screamed, kicked, and fought, but just as they were putting that small, squirming boy up to Fredbear's lips, the mouth snapped shut. The sensitive spring locks inside the body had been triggered by the boy's movements, and they'd immediately clamped down. The wriggling stopped. The boy went limp, but it was just a prank. It was meant to be funny. The boy was taken to the hospital and was immediately given an IV. Flowers and pills filled the nightstand next to his hospital bed, but the damage was too severe. He couldn't recover. As the younger brother's consciousness began to fade, he could hear Michael's last words, a small and flimsy apology. But his father, Williams, threw the
My
voice of the
favorite
Fredbear
prank.
plush were
Killing my little brother prank. Gone wrong. Oh, this is fucking awesome.
firm and committed promise to a dying son. You're broken. I will put you back together. This would not be the end. No matter what, William's son would live again. It would just take time. Time that, right now, he just didn't have. His young son's heart flatlined as the boy faded into the inky unknown of the afterlife. In the aftermath of the tragedy, changes started happening around the restaurants. Kids were now required to wear security wristbands to prevent anyone from getting outside without parental permission. Any kid who approached the exit without permission would have to answer to the security puppet, a marionette on strings that could fly around on rails across the restaurant to
Oh,
stop
that's
kids
the
in their
marionette.
tracks. It was William's idea, inspired by Michael constantly leaving the restaurant without his brother. In the wake of Fredbear's Springlock failure, all the hybrid suits were getting retired, locked away at the nearby Freddy Fazbear location. It was yet another tough pill to swallow after all the hard work that he and Henry had put into them. William would eventually bury the boy's small body in a remote location out in the woods right alongside his drive into and out of work every day. The death of this little boy sent the family spiraling. His wife, crippled with grief, was so distraught that all she could do was sit and watch TV. But his son Michael was far worse, complaining of seeing hallucinations of a golden bear standing outside of his window. The boy was so racked with guilt that he was convinced that he was being haunted by the ghost of his brother stuck inside the suit that took his life. The suit's three-toed feet digging into the wet earth. The words, "It's me," ringing through Michael's ears. Some nights, Michael would even go so far as to break out of his room to check the gravesite and ensure that his brother was still there. As for William himself, he disappeared into his work and his drinks. Junior's, the local bar, wasn't far from his son's gravesite. He found himself going there more and more frequently, spending longer and longer amounts of time there. The bar gave him a place to think, to remember, to reflect and stew on how Henry had stolen his idea for an animal-themed restaurant. How they'd cut his
That's what you care about right now,
character
dude. Your son died. God, he's such an ego.
cartoon when everyone else was there. How
Okay, also,
Henry had
is William did Okay, did William Afton, was he the guy in the FNAF movie, or was that Michael? It was William, right? In the FNAF movie? Oh my god, I forgot IMO's that emote. Fuck, that scared me. Both were in the movie? What?
Humiliated him by buying him out of bankruptcy. And now there was his son. Henry had taken his son from him. The robotic part was the part that failed after all. William ordered one more drink, but it was one too many. The bar turned him out and told him to go home. But William didn't go home. Drunk and angry, William raced back to the restaurant to give Henry a piece of his mind, only to find someone else waiting. Henry's daughter, Charlie, locked outside of the building, bullies laughing at her through the window. Fine, some other problem to fix. But then Afton got an idea. A beautifully awful idea. This was his chance to get back at the man that had humiliated him all those years ago.
Oh,
Henry
no.
had killed his business, and now Henry's robotic suit had killed his son. It was time for William to do some killing of his own.
Whoa!
Let Henry feel what it's like to have something you love get ripped away. While parties continued inside the walls of the pizzeria, William attacked Charlie in the back alley. It felt good. He felt free. The years of resentment and bitterness.
Wait, he attacked Henry's daughter? That's badass.
In his heart, finally released in a moment of pure unapologetic evil. He would make
He
Henry
killed
hurt
her.
like he hurts. And in that moment, William became a killer. He dropped Charlie's lifeless body and drove home, forced to confront his family problems later that night, appalled, but also a little excited by what he had just done. Charlie's death would remain on the books as a random act of violence. And though Henry had suspicions about William, there was no physical evidence, nothing that could link him back to the crime. In the weeks that followed, Fredbear's Family Diner would close for good. 2 high-profile deaths around the restaurant with 2 grieving owners in such a short period of time was just too much bad press to handle. Besides, Freddy Fazbear's was still open, and it was the newer restaurant anyway. All the equipment from the diner, including the old yellow...
Wait, hold on.
seats and
Sorry,
security
what
puppet, would
closed
get
then? If it's not... I keep getting confused by... There's so many fucking
2
restaurants.
high-profile deaths around the restaurant with 2 grieving
So
owners in such a
Fredbear's
short
Family
period of
Diner
time was
closed.
just too much bad
But
press
the
to handle.
pizzeria
Besides,
stayed
Freddy
open.
Fazbear's was still
Okay,
open,
got it,
and
got
was
it.
the newer restaurant anyway.
There's so many
All the
restaurants, it's
equipment from
confusing the
diner,
shit out of me.
including the old yellow suits and security puppet, would get retired to that location, and there they would sit for 2 uneventful years. The rest of 1983 and 1984 were spent quietly grieving. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and the new cast of characters were a hit. Tragic memories of their yellow predecessors quickly faded. Afton kept a low profile and buried himself in work and research, quickly reaching Henry's level of engineering and even surpassing him. And while Henry slowed down to grieve, Afton kept going, even starting his own company, Afton Robotics, for all those pet projects that were a little bit too experimental for the regular operations of the pizzeria. The first of these experimental projects was a secret workshop under his house, a veritable bunker, which allowed him to work while still monitoring his kids via hidden security cameras.
Oh, that's the way you play the game.
198 a passcode that served as a constant reminder of why the cameras were so important.
That's why you play
he
the
was down there in
game.
the first place. This was all to
Okay,
fulfill the
okay,
promise that
Timmy.
he had made to his son, right? I will put you back together. This was for him, all for him, right? But cameras weren't enough. He needed to solve the runaway Michael problem. He had to keep him in the house. He couldn't have another one of his kids wind up dead inside of an animatronic suit. So why not run a little experiment on Michael? You see, all this work with Henry had gotten Afton to start learning more about life, robots, the human mind, and what a fallible machine we as humans were. Our reality is so easy to manipulate with a few sensory deceptions. Deceptions like sound. With just a few sounds, he had discovered
I'm
that
actually
he could
locked in.
alter
This
a
is better than I
person's
thought it was gonna be. I'm not gonna
vision. He
lie.
could
I thought it was gonna be a big
transform
joke. I was
smooth,
just gonna be cracking
plastic
jokes the whole
robots into
time.
lumbering,
Kinda
twisted
gas.
nightmares. Nightmares far scarier than he could create with actual materials. They would appear organic, rotting, putrid, terrifying. These would be his means of keeping his son Michael in the house where he belonged. Was it extreme? Maybe. But then again, this was the boy who had killed his son. He would make him...
Wait, isn't there a game where you are in this bedroom? So are you playing as Michael in that game? Oh, that's
Sorry.
Paul.
So Michael would grow up
That's
not
an
only dealing with
F4?
the memories
Huh?
of his own guilt, the hospital room, the pills, the flowers, the death of his brother, but also facing literal nightmares, illusions created by sound. Michael would never
Who says
forget
a
these
little
either.
brother?
Years
Oh,
later,
he's
as a
dead.
security guard, he would still draw pictures of them inside of his logbook. But all of these extra projects meant that his home life suffered even more. He was an absent father and a non-existent husband, leaving his wife cold and alone.
Why do you hide inside your walls when there is music in my halls?
Don't like that.
All
Oh.
I see is an
Oh, this I don't like this.
empty room. No more joy, an empty tomb.
And despite her repeated demands that he leave his office and engage with
his
the family,
location?
he refused time and time again, leaving her no choice but to leave.
You burned down my house?
You call that a house? It was like a morgue in there. You need to see your son.
The baby isn't mine.
Well, how's this? I'm keeping the diamond ring.
And through it all, there was one lingering feeling. William wasn't done. He had gotten a taste of what it felt like to be unleashed, what it felt like to be free. Charlie's murder had unlocked something in him, and he wanted more. June 26th, 1985. Putting on the golden Bonnie suit, he lured children one by one to the back room of the pizzeria when no one was looking. At first, he was cautious. He would lure them with promises of cake and cookies. He told them that their dog had died. He would ask for help with homework. Susie was the first. You never truly forget your first.
I hate that.
But
Sounds like
where to hide the
SpongeBob.
bodies? He couldn't sneak out. Someone would see him. He had to hide them in a place where they'd never be found and where they'd never leave
Susie's
the
Chica.
building.
Wait, who's
Had to be
Susie?
stuffed inside of the suits. No one maintained those things anyway except for him. And so Susie would go into Chica. Fritz, Jeremy, and Gabriel would come next, but it was easy.
Charlotte would
It was
possess
too
Chica.
easy.
Yeah, but who-
And with
who
each little
is
light
that?
he snuffed out, his lies got bigger. Their house was burning. They're just being kidnapped. Until the last one where all pretense was off. He let himself get violent.
First victim,
Too
actor
violent.
Henry Stuff. Okay, so he just started killing kids.
Throw a bag over his head, hit him with a shovel, and drag him into the back of my car.
The body of Cassidy was far more bloody and broken than any of the others. He'd let himself go too far. That one he shouldn't have killed. With no more active animatronics left, he shoved the body into the one suit that remained backstage. The long-forgotten yellow Fredbear, now broken and discolored with age. Broken, like Cassidy was broken, like his son was broken. Newspapers reported on this disappearance, naming the whole thing the missing children's incident. Police would even charge
There will be
William
Brown
with the crimes
Freddy.
after finding security footage of the golden mascot suit
That's a
luring
lot.
kids to the back, but they couldn't convict him. They had no bodies, and his face had been hidden behind the mascot suit the entire time. What they had was circumstantial at best, and so he walked away a free man. But Henry knew the truth. In these murders, he saw his daughter Charlie all over again. So he threw Afton out of the company and shuttered the doors to the old pizzeria. Henry would keep the franchise quiet for 2 years. This would not happen again. This could not happen again. How could he protect the kids? Finally, he developed a solution. He would implement an even more extreme security system in the form of new animatronics. Toy animatronics, inspired by the toys that they had been selling years ago. But these guys, these were special. They were a new
Do I
breed
have to know
robot
the
with
names
facial
of all the kids in the suits and what suits they're in? Because that seems like it's hard. That feels hard. I don't know how I can do. There's a lot of kids and a lot of suits. I'm really confused by all the suits. I don't understand. Just those kids, just those kids. That's a lot of kids still. That's like 5 kids. Susie's Chica. Fritz is Bonnie. Gabriel was Freddy. And Cassidy's Golden Freddy. That doesn't.
recognition.
I remember
abilities.
Cassidy and Susie at best. Can you remember 5 names? No. No, dude. Not if random ass
All
kids.
the original animatronics, now withered
From a
with
fake
age,
video
were
game.
moved to the new location. With a plan in place, it was time to try once more. The year was 1987, and the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza was making headlines in local newspapers. Headlines that just so happened to catch the attention of William
Headlines.
Afton. Freddy's was back, and without him, that was his idea, his character. Henry was, yet again, trying to cut him out of the picture. No. As long as these restaurants stayed open, William would always come back. Then he noticed the phone number to apply at the bottom of the article. $100 a week. To apply, call. Afton would go back, not as an owner or co-founder. He would go back in the one place that they would least suspect.
Security.
A lowly day shift security guard. And there it was. Buried in the back of parts and services mixed in with the old withered animatronics was the golden rabbit. With the yellow security badge still on his chest, he used his crank to pull open the spring locks. It was time for Bonnie to give an encore performance.
So when used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it. Now none of them are acting right. From what I understand, the building is on lockdown. No one is allowed in or out, you know, especially concerning any previous employees. When we get it all sorted out, we may move you to the day shift. A position just became available.
1987, 5 more kids. He didn't know what felt better, getting back into the suit after 2 long years of waiting, or knowing how devastating this would be to Henry the next
Jeremy's
morning.
Bonnie,
He didn't
Fritz
even
is
try to
Foxy.
hide his crime this time, just meant more blood on Henry's hands.
That's
He failed
confusing.
to protect the kids again. The restaurant had only been open for a few weeks, but William was sure that this would get it to close. Good, if he couldn't have Freddy's, no one would. Whenever a new pizzeria opened, he would be there. But as he sat in his bunker, something else started to linger in William's mind. He had seen something strange. The old withered animatronics, they had been wandering around the building,
Oh, Jess, these
spurred
ones
on
aren't
by the
named.
puppet.
Okay.
It was almost
So
like
is that
those
the body of
old
87
robots were
then?
trying to
Those 5
save the
kids dying?
kids. Save them? They couldn't, obviously, but still, how were they moving? It was almost like they had been given life
No?
somehow.
Oh.
Did he have something to do with that? The following day, the news would report a security guard getting bitten by one of the animatronics during the day shift. Was that bite meant for him? William's curiosity was stronger now than his bloodlust. He had to learn more, but how? There was no way he'd
That's
ever be
the
able to get
87?
inside another Freddy's pizzeria. Heck, there was practically no way a Freddy's would ever open
So
again.
the bite
He
of
needed to
83 was William's son dying. The bite of 87 is the animatronics newly alive fighting a security guard that they thought was William. Huh? It was the day shift. Okay, alright, I'm learning. Okay. Alright.
create something new, something brand new. He needed to create his own pizzeria.
Due to the massive success, and even more so the unfortunate closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, it was clear that the stage was set, no pun intended, for another contender in children's entertainment.
Circus Baby's Pizza World. This would be the place where he could continue his work. No longer just murdering, experimenting. He needed
Circus
more kids,
Baby's
and he needed
Pizza
them
World?
alive. And knowing that he couldn't show his face on the restaurant floor, he needed a way of remotely capturing his victims and preserving them for his work. With that goal in mind, he designed a new breed of animatronic. Their endoskeletons fluid and flexible. He equipped them with sound lures that could mimic voices. They could isolate children. They could incapacitate and contain them with zero direct input from him. It was brilliant. He was brilliant. Far beyond the simple bars and wires of Henry's designs. And the characters he chose for this were uniquely his. His new roster wasn't going to be tainted by Henry's disgusting barnyard bird. Instead, it was back to his characters, his creations. Freddy, Bonnie, Foxy, as well as two special ones. The first, Ballora, was an homage to the woman who left him. Now she would never leave him again. The second, the titular baby, was designed with his baby in mind. Elizabeth, his youngest child. She would always be Daddy's little girl, the one that listened to him, the one that obeyed, until the day that she didn't.
Daddy, why won't you let me play with her? She's so pretty and shiny.
I have to ask a daughter.
Make her just for me?
The day before Circus Baby's Pizza World opened, she disobeyed. She didn't listen. Left alone with Baby, she got too close. The animatronic ripped in half and swallowed her whole. A scared and confused child fading into eternal darkness. By the time Afton found her, it was too late. She was gone. He immediately canceled the launch of Circus Babies under the guise of a gas leak. But wait, as he sat there at the foot of the stage, he noticed that something was different. The eye color of the robot had changed. Baby had been built with blue eyes, but now they were emerald green, the same color as Elizabeth's. Was she in there? Could this all be connected to the free-moving animatronics that he had seen at Freddy's? He had to know more. His mourning turned to excitement. He had to return to where it all started. 1993. Pathetic. This place was pathetic. Henry had clearly tried to reopen one final time with those old original animatronics from so long ago, but William's damage to the brand had been permanent. These things stank of death. They hadn't been washed in decades. But even if they had, nothing could wash away the
two of his kids,
murder
and like
that
in
haunted these
gruesome
halls.
way.
One night, night, then another, then another. William repeatedly snuck into the old broken restaurant to lure the living animatronics to him, one by one dismantling them, robbing them of their endoskeletons. The metal had to be the secret. It had to contain the remnants of life itself. But he had to know for sure. Leaping out of a room that was invisible to the animatronics programming, he dragged the oversized robotic skeletons back to his underground workshop, back to where Circus Baby watched on with glowing, curious eyes. Eyes that somehow felt alive. Not knowing what else to do, William melted the robotic parts
Remnant.
down.
What the fuck is
5
Remnant?
animatronic endoskeletons reduced down to one silvery puddle of goo. Could he transfer this living metal to his own creations? He had to try. He picked up a syringe and filled it with the molten metal and injected the goo into Funtime Freddy's twisted, wiry endoskeleton. And suddenly the coils came to life. Like snakes writhing in a pile, what had once been cold, lifeless metal moved and jolted on its own. He'd done it! He had unlocked the secret to life itself. Except something was clearly wrong. The movements were erratic. They were violent, angry. Baby didn't act this way. She had been calm, collected. This was clearly something else. Something mindless and
the remnants of the spirits
the souls
of
and
the
then portioning them
victims
out, he had created
on the animatronic endoskeleton.
He would need to keep testing to truly understand it. He needed more of this remnant. As he searched the old pizzeria one more time for any remaining scraps of metal, the ghosts attacked. His past victims come to collect their due, all led by Cassidy. The 5 lined up and blocked the door, and Afton's mind reeled. The scientific implications of this were incredible.
Cassidy was in the Golden Freddy suit.
Ghosts, real ghosts that he could see all standing against him. But what could they do? What couldn't they do? He panicked as Cassidy approached. How do you stop something that's already dead? Maybe with the thing that resulted in their death in the first place. He would get into his suit like old times. He would regain his power over them just like the day that they died. He was the genius. He was the one in the suit. He was the one in charge. The spring lock snapped into place. Maybe it was his frantic movements. Maybe it was the leaky abandoned restaurant. Maybe it was just fate coming to collect its due. He didn't know. The only thing he did know was that his brain was suddenly filled with searing white-hot pain as hundreds of metallic pins and gears stabbed into his body from all sides. All he could do was collapse, blood slowly oozing out of the suit and pooling onto the floor around him. It couldn't end like this. It wouldn't end like this. His work was unfinished. Unable to move, his only option was to survive, to live.
But he died.
Keep living. It took days lying in his own blood, but eventually someone found him. A security guard making a normal report. When he saw the animatronics torn apart in the middle of the party room floor, it caused him to file an immediate report of a break-in. An owner would have to come in and claim the damage. And who else would it be other than Henry. Hope jumped in Afton's heart. Henry would see him. They were partners after all. He would be the one to help save him, to get him out of this suit, to relieve him from this tremendous pain. Henry entered.
Wait, he's still alive?
His eyes fell on Afton sitting there.
Wait, in the games, the Remnant was not really mentioned. The book added extra content for whatever happens in the games. Wait, why not just explain it in the games then?
In the pool of red, and Henry, saying nothing,
basically the books help connect the games together when something doesn't make sense. Oh. I'm not gonna read the books. I'm glad I'm watching these.
Most locations, including this one. Nothing is being taken out beforehand, so if you left anything inside, then it's your own fault. Management also requests that this room not be mentioned to family, friends, or insurance representatives.
And so there Afton would sit, hanging on for 30 years, trapped behind the walls with an iron will that refused to die. End of this part.
Wait,
I say this part because
what?
it's not officially the end.
Wait, what? Wait, so he just stays alive in the suit for 30 years? Yeah? That's kind of fucking dumb. That's kind of fucking stupid. How did he eat? What did he eat? Just his iron will? That's fucking stupid. I always come back? He never left if he's still alive. He's still there. He's just like hanging up on a thing like this. Like, what the fuck is that? He's like semi-dead. His mouse was so strong. Must have a big ass, too.
End of the
Even like a
Afton era
zombie?
just yet, but this just felt like a really solid stopping point. The episode has gone on forever. Okay, so most of this is things that we already knew, stuff that's been established and
He's supposed to
reestablished
so
time
much
and time
remnant.
again by the games.
Made him
That said,
immortal.
there are two things that I absolutely have to address. The first and biggest is the placement of Sister location, or more specifically, Elizabeth's death. To me, evidence in game seems to suggest that it was meant to come before the crying child's death in 1983. The biggest clue to this is that the crying child saw something, remember what you saw is the phrase that's repeated over and over again by psychic friend Fredbear, aka William Afton speaking through a walkie-talkie in the Fredbear plushie's stomach. But what did he see? Well, I think we can tell based on how the nightmare animatronics are visualized. They have mouths in their stomachs, just like Baby ripping in half at the waist to swallow a kid. There's also the empty girl's room, one presumably left behind by a dead sister. And lastly, it explains why he's scared, and more specifically why Afton wants him scared. He needs his kids to stay away from the animatronics. He doesn't want them getting too close because the last time one of his kids got
that
too
actually
close
makes
to a
sense.
robot,
She got
his
ripped in
daughter
half.
died. That's then why he sets up the nightmares, to scare both Mike and the crying child away from the animatronics from that point forward. That's why books like the Character Encyclopedia outright suggest that we play as the crying child in FNAF 4. That's why he has a nanny cam following the crying child everywhere, so he can keep tabs on his kids when they're out of his sight. He can't let another Elizabeth situation happen. The death of Elizabeth also gives William Afton extra motivation for killing. He's a grieving father. His daughter was taken away from him, so Charlie should die as well. He's lashing out at the world after losing his kids. And again, we know that at least one of his children had to have died prior to Charlie's death, based on the mound of dirt that we see in Midnight Motorist. It also allows circus babies to open and close earlier in the timeline, which is how you wind up with Funtime Foxy appearing as Mangle in the FNAF 2 location.
Whoa,
Basically,
wait, she
Elizabeth
was hot. Wait a second.
open and close earlier in the timeline, which is how you wind up with Funtime.
Why is this the most replayed part? Oh my god, MatPat fans are gooners? No way. Everybody, they deliberately paused at this point. Yeah, dude, they just thought she was hot. Okay. I get it now. I love
appearing as
FNAF.
Wait, so
Wait, so that's one that caused. I
Basically,
replayed that part so many
Elizabeth died
times,
first,
dude. It was
has
actually all
everything
one.
It needs to fit, except for the
It was
most
literally all
important
one.
thing, the murder weapon.
Every fucking
Why would
replay was
Afton
just
be
you.
building an animatronic with a giant claw in its stomach so early in the timeline? At this point, he just has no motive. It just doesn't make sense prior to 1983. At this point in the story, he hasn't killed anyone, and we know for a fact that the missing children's incident is 1985. So Elizabeth's death coming before any of those events just doesn't work. Hence why I placed it where I did in the narrative timeline. Afton's death here is also a bit tricky. We know that he returned to the FNAF 1 location to break down the original animatronics in order to harvest their remnant. We know that he melts down 5 things to become one thing. Candy Cadet makes that very clear. So the 5 things are the 5 endoskeletons from the various animatronics. That would be totally fine if it weren't for one
Yeah, really
huge
cool
problem.
character design.
On his 5th visit to the pizzeria, Afton gets spring locked. So either the 5 becoming 1 starts in 1993, but then finishes 30 years later when he reemerges from the wall to add the last endoskeleton to his pile, or he's had himself some reason to return to the original location after harvesting all the stuff that he can. It's not ideal, but it's the one angle that makes the most sense. And with that, this next chapter comes to a close, thereby leaving us with 5 more games to cover and another 40 plus years of Fazbear history to recap. Ooh, when you put it that way, something tells me that this might balloon into 4 parts. Ugh.
And you know what, Pat? It did 26 and 30 minutes. Oh, fuck. Here we go, chat. We're back at it. Should we take a break? What are your questions? I don't really have any. That was honestly not that bad. It's not like that much. I think the hardest thing is just remembering all the kids. Because that episode had a lot of kids dying. You know what I'm saying? That episode was just like, this kid's dead. Now this one's dead. And this is his son, and this is his son, and this is his daughter, but she also died before the other 2 ones, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. And it's just, I don't know. I didn't really understand. There's a lot of kids. But I know, so his daughter died. What's her name again? Wendy? No. Winnie? 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 Booty? What was her name? Hi, Ray. Charlie died. He killed Henry's daughter. After Henry died, and then yeah. Right? That was it? Well, no. What? How is that wrong? Elizabeth died, then killed Henry's daughter, Charlie. Who the fuck is Elizabeth? Okay, so Elizabeth got ripped in half. Then he went to go kill Charlie. Oh, no, wait. Wait, no, so Elizabeth died. Years pass. Then Henry died. Or no, wait. The youngest son dies. And then he kills Charlie. And then that's it. Wait, after the youngest son died, then Henry's daughter, Charlie, was killed by Afton. Oh. Okay. I thought she died first. I thought that's what Pat was saying. That she died first. Well, what? I'm just saying what happened. Oh, we don't know. Oh, that was just a guess. Well, god damn it, guys. People say it happened first, other people say it happened after. Okay, I see. So it's not solidified. It's not solidified. 10-4. 10-4. My guess is that it happened after. Okay. I'm gonna say she died before, because I feel like that sounds cooler to me. She died, and then... What happened to his wife? What happened to his wife? To William's wife? Did we hear about that yet? She left him. She didn't die? That's it? She didn't die, he didn't kill her, nothing crazy like that? After he became creepy and weird. Huh. Okay. Okay, I think that makes sense. I went to a casino and bet everything on black. That sounds like something I would do. You know, Juan? Next year, TwitchCon. I guess this year, TwitchCon. Let's take one day, really quickly fly to Vegas, put all of our money on black. Come back, and we'll either have 20,000 or 0. I think that's a good idea. But Balor was modeled after Apton's wife, Ballora. Oh, that's what she said, or he said, right? We're so cooked. No, dude, I'm really lucky. That's why I got evicted 2 years ago, and then my heart broken last year, and now I'm poor. I have really good luck. Is that there because sister locations map? I don't know what sister location is connected to the Afton house in Fnaf 4. Okay, you guys are making this harder. Bring me to Vegas. I'll get us money. Okay, deal. You can just cook for us. Cook on the street. Be like a street cook. Okay, I'm gonna watch one more, then take a pee break. That's what I'm gonna do one more and then pee break. Parent back home be either crazy. We're just gonna be sitting in the plane like this, just staring down. We're gonna jump out. Hi, Izzy. All right, let's go. Episode 3. Chat. We ready? There were 3 Freddy clones: Liquid, Solid, and Solidus. Wait, what the fuck is Big? I can do a whole fucking Metal Gear lore stream too. Cause who the fuck is Big Boss? I'll make you.
Hello, Internet.
I don't know what that is.
Welcome to
I'm good, Izzy. How are you?
And page
We're learning FNAF.
20 of our final FNAF timeline. This is getting ridiculous. Last time we covered William Afton's rise as a serial killer, how the loss of his young son in 1983 caused him to make one
Crunchy
fateful
fuck with
promise
FNAF?
that would ultimately serve as his driving force for decades.
I'm
I
learning
will
right now. This
put
shit's
you back
crazy,
together.
dude.
Fueled by grief and obsession, Afton would lose himself in work and drinks. One night in a fit of rage, he lashes out against Henry's young daughter Charlie, his first murder. This moment becomes the first domino to fall in a long sequence of events that ultimately destroys William's life and the lives of those around him. That one murder gives Afton a taste for blood, resulting in the deaths of
Just got
four
home?
children
Ooh,
across
hockey
two
game or
different
something?
pizzerias. Those children go on
Bro,
to
you don't
become
fuck with
Santa
FNAF,
Claus, giving
Crunch?
Afton his first exposure to Remnant and the potential solution for bringing his son back to life. The need to learn more about this miraculous power
Actually, it makes sense
leads
that you
him to
wouldn't.
produce the Funtime animatronics, as
Who's
well
gonna
as their
crunch that
capture
game?
devices.
Wait, hold
Robots
on.
designed to
I
bring
can get his
kids to and
attention. CS:GO cases. Marvel Rivals Venom. Sue Storm's ass. He's locked the fuck in now. Oh, sorry.
experimentation and collection of
Thank you,
more
AG.
Remnant. Except there was one thing that he didn't account for: his daughter's curiosity. He made the robots too appealing, and it would cost him Elizabeth.
I might play Rivals after
now
this.
with two children to put back
After we
together,
finish.
Afton was more desperate and crazed than ever, returning to defunct pizzerias to steal the possessed metal still living inside their walls. What he didn't account for, though, were the ghosts, forcing him to pay for the sins of his past. When last we left him, William was spring-locked, bleeding to death behind a secret wall. Gone, but certainly not forgotten, as we're about to see in today's video. Today we're finishing up chapter 2 of our story, wrapping up the Afton era. Over the next 6 pages, we switch our focus to the other main character of the franchise, Mike, a young boy dealing with the fallout of a stupid childhood decision with tragic consequences. A young man whose life is best described as collateral damage, caught in the blast radius of William's whirlwind of destruction. Now, before we begin, let me just rip off the band-aid now. We won't be finishing the timeline today. I know, I'm sorry, I wanted to, but covering FNAF VR, AR, and Security Breach wound up taking me an additional 9 pages of script. And I've already made you wait long enough for this part, so I just had to make the executive call to break this one up into 2. Don't worry, that part is already written, it is already recorded, it is just in the process of being edited. It is a hefty episode. So mark it on your calendar, that one's actually going to be going live on March 25th. It's also coming complete with a live talk back where we go back over everything from the past couple episodes, as well as having ourselves some very special guests. So overall, that one should be a lot of fun.
Want to join your
Fair warning,
Rivals?
though,
Fuck yeah.
The conclusions we've reached
Fuck
that
yes.
solve security breach,
Anybody
they are
can.
controversial. I feel good about them. Like, I think that we've locked in on a lot of the answers here, but they're gonna raise a lot of discussion. Let's just say that
And you
you're
get
either
it
gonna
wrong.
love that episode or hate it. I don't really think there's gonna be much in between on that one. Anyway, without any further ado, let's cover a chunk of the timeline that's a lot less controversial. Let's meet Mike.
Wait, so is Mike not... Is Mike
William
not the
still wasn't
security
back.
guard?
Weird. Michael knew his father sometimes traveled for work, disappearing for days on end, but usually there
There's
was
the
some
bronze
sort of
dude.
notice, a phone call, a post.
I dropped... I had the best games of my entire career last night in Marvel Rivals and still lost like almost every fucking game. It was miserable. It was hell. I dropped like fucking 25k, 30k healing every game. I tanked my ass off whenever I needed to. It did not matter. It did not fucking matter. It was just never good enough. Can I join Rivals? Sure.
It's not like Michael and his father were close.
Good
Far
Pokemon
from
Unite.
it.
I
As a
really want to
household
get
of
that. Hi,
two
Pulse. You're just
suffering
bad.
men
No, dude, I'm
filled
so
with years
good.
of
That's the
tragedy
thing.
and loss, there was at least some
One
element of
carry, isn't
communication
it?
between
Vaughn,
the
what'd
two
you
of them.
finish?
They
What
were
rank you finished
united
last
by a
season?
name and a shared pain. This time, though, things felt different. William had left nothing. His absence was longer.
He's
There were no
Grandmaster in our
check-ins, no
hearts.
updates,
That's not even
just
true.
silence.
Hello, my
Something
name is
had
Jay
happened.
Cuppy,
If there was
and
one
this is
thing
my
Michael
official coming out post. I am a
Hey!
furry. I have always
I'm
been a
not
furry, and I always will
furry.
be a furry. Please do not listen to my evil twin, Jay Hi, Poopy, who will try to Gray. convince you
Diamond
otherwise.
one? Oh, wow,
I am
you're
in
actually
fact
good,
a
good.
furry, and I meow, 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 meow all day long. Thank you. Gray, how are you? How is stream? What were you up to? Too lazy to make a good stream. Thank you, dude. You're actually gonna fit in great here. That's kind of all of my content. Dude, I need a furry emote for whenever I get raided. That's what I need. How are you, Gray? How is stream? We're learning FNAF lore right now. Everything says you're furry. Yeah, I want to change that. But I think it's funny. One of them Grandmaster was game crash, I got a penalty. That's not even true. Yeah. Gray, how are you? How was stream? What were you up to? I should have crashed out on stream. How did I miss that? I must have been working on the award show or something, which I really should be doing tonight. That's legit true. Really? Play out tomorrow? Oh, really? Dude, I've been playing so much, dude. How do you like it? Who do you main? Wait, is Grandmaster after Diamond? Mika! Hi, Mika. Bye, Mika. Mika, you don't like FNAF? Yeah? Oh, shit. That sucks. Hi, Carter. Carter, how you feeling? We should play together. I mean, hella. Never mind. We can never play together. In a call of Robert now, we're plotting Dream's downfall. Oh wait, I want to join. wait, me. Have fun, Mika. Tell him I said hi. Trying to do stuff. I'm just disassociating. Why, dude? Well, come watch FNAF with us. It's actually kind of fucking crazy, Carter. Yeah, go sit in your hella corner, okay? Go sit in your hella corner. No, I saw it. I saw it, Mika. Stupid idiot. I hate that guy. Gray, seriously, thank you so much for the raid, though. If you gotta go, like, chill or anything like that, please feel free. Oh, we're trying to finish up. We have, like, this video, then one more video about FNAF lore, and then we'll be all caught up on it. I'm gonna fucking get it. I'm so good at it. I'm gonna know everything, okay? It's gonna be so poggers. I promise. And then I'm probably gonna play Marvel Rivals after, to be honest. But it's fucking sick. Dreamy Bull. Oh, I didn't see that tweet, Mika. Ugh. What a fucking weirdo. Oh, this is gonna be so good. I need to make sure to watch that. Okay. I'll get the icon on Luna stuff. Wait, how do you even get it? Just like playing her, right? Mabo Wabos. Mabo Wabos. All right, let's continue. Thank you, though. Thank you, Gray. I really appreciate it. Play one more game. Yeah, of course. Yeah, enjoy. Have fun. Don't play Hella. Play somebody else. Play somebody cool.
He held his cards close to his chest, and as such, William had prepared him in the event that something like this ever happened. Normally, his father kept his home office locked, but in the event of an unexpected, prolonged absence, Michael had been instructed to enter his father's office and look behind an empty set of shelves mounted in the corner of the room. Rolling his eyes, Michael entered the office. Never fully understood how William was able to spend so many hours of his days locked up in here. There was just nothing to do. Most of this
Matt retired, like barely. I never watched him. This is my first time watching any Matt Pat stuff.
Find an emergency contact list, a family safety deposit box. But what he actually found there was completely unexpected.
Must be rich as hell. Lucky guy. Dude, if you find like one thing on YouTube that sticks and people just stick with it, holy fuck, man.
Found it. It was right where
Same thing with streaming, I guess. The fact that there are streamers that make like tens of thousands of dollars a month is just like, whoa. I wish that would be me.
Swung open and revealed a giant industrial elevator, one that led straight down into an underground bunker. But that was impossible. Hidden inside his childhood home was a secret entrance to an enormous underground science lair? It didn't make any sense. Seriously, it didn't make any sense. And yet, here it was, mapped directly underneath the floor plan of the house that he'd grown up in, lost his brother in, been tortured in. Michael thought that
Wait, I thought this was under the pizzeria.
Prideful, sad, angry man with petty everyday problems, but clearly he'd been living with a stranger this entire time. His father had secrets. Suddenly, the days of William being locked inside of his office made sense.
I hope so,
He'd
man.
been here the entire time.
I don't want. I'm not built for a real job, bro. I can't do it.
This baby's entertainment and rentals.
Josh Hudson. No, I wonder what if it's gonna get brought up.
A personal project for father. A failure of his that cut unusually deep, especially after that first location had to be closed prematurely due to the gas leaks. After that day, father really did seem to change, to lose himself even more in his work. Clearly, the entrance he had found was some sort of secret back way into the facility, one that required crawling.
Also, dude, I've been like nervously picking at my fingernail polish the entire stream. It just
And that's
gone
when he
now.
found her. At the end of the facility, Circus Baby. His father's
Where's-
pride
I don't
and
know.
joy.
She
Except
must be at work
was
or something. I
different
don't
about
know.
her. She wasn't like the others.
Or
The way
club.
she talked, the stories she told.
Cheer basket's
This
passed
wasn't
out.
just a robot. She was alive somehow. And not only was she alive, she also felt familiar.
There is something bad inside of me. I'm broken. I can't be fixed. Will you help me?
Was this
Me getting
his
back
sister?
shots.
William's baby girl? But how? Why?
Sorry,
What
I don't know why I
was
said
this place? He dug around some old files and found blueprints outlining the features of these animatronics. Storage containers, voice mimicking, parental tracking. And was that a child in Freddy's stomach? Was his father collecting and experimenting on kids? Were all the rumors that he'd heard throughout his past actually true? That the animatronics came to life at night? That there were murders done in all the pizzerias? That his father had
That was a good tweet though, chat. Who watched the music? Wait, what music video?
Suddenly, Michael's mind flashed back to his persistent nightmares throughout his childhood. Had he been experimented on too? Tears stung in his eyes as anger, fear, and confusion filled his body. His father's secrets were pouring out. William wasn't just a lame, overworked father. He was a monster, toying with life itself. Suddenly, everything clicked. He frantically looked around the room, blinking human heads on poles staring back at him. Green eyes, his sister. Blue eyes, his brother. Closed eyes, his mom. All just staring, expectantly. These were meant to be human. William was working down here trying to make believable humans, literally rebuilding the family that they had both lost. The small little girl robots with their British accents roaming the hallways of this underground facility suddenly took on a whole new context.
Hello in there. Is it the same person?
Were those meant to be his sister? A replacement for her? A clone? Was William building clones of his sister?
I don't
They
like that.
seemed to know him, after all, to react to his presence.
They were all there. They didn't recognize me at first, but then they thought I was...
Is me asking Noah for water? Wait, chat. Is William Afton British? All the Aptons are? Fucking disgusting. Why am I wasting my time with this dog shit?
He always did have a bit of a resemblance to his father. Michael's mind reeled as the reality of his world crumbled to dust. No, he had to get them out of there.
He ain't a
If
good
this
guy.
really was his
British.
sister, heck, if any of
Disgusting.
these things were human, souls, whatever remnant of the humans that they once were, they needed to be rescued.
They always put us back inside. There's nowhere for us to hide here.
Led by the voice of Circus Baby, he marched through the now empty halls of the Funtime Auditorium. He would lead them. He would protect them. And finally, he would be able to forgive himself for the killing of his brother so many years.
You are in the scooping room now. The scooper only hurts for a moment.
Scooper? That violent extraction arm? Michael had seen that one in the pile of blueprints. Something about heat rendering the magical silver metal inside useless. In reality, prior to getting himself spring-locked and put behind the wall, William's methods had become increasingly sophisticated. With a mechanized arm that could infuse new bodies with a soul, William could finally give and take away life. The only thing he needed were the bodies. But William wasn't the only one looking for bodies, as Michael was about to learn.
But if we looked like you, then we could hide. If we looked like you, then we would have somewhere to go.
Michael was going to be the hero to help these animatronics, all right. He was going to help the haunted tubes and wires of these animatronics escape, just not in the way that he anticipated. His sister had lied to him. Another game of pretend. The scooper plowed forward, digging its extraction arm into his body. As he heard his bones ripping through his flesh, Michael blacked out.
But something is wrong with me. I should be dead, but I'm not.
For the next several months, Michael's life was not his own. He was forced to comply with a tangle of wires and spirits that lived inside of him.
Shut
His body
up.
felt like an overfilled balloon.
Wait, I'm
to
so
burst.
confused.
Day by day, week by week, his flesh began to sag and discolor. He was a walking, talking, rotting corpse. Alive, but wishing he wasn't. He was a puppet, a walking shell. And while he did his best to conceal his fate, there was only so much a man filled with robot spaghetti could do. The entity in his innards would eventually leave, but by that point, the damage had been done. His decaying flesh stank, turning him into a literal purple guy. But still, even with no bones, even with rotting purple flesh and begging to die, Michael continued to live. That silvery metal remnant injected by the scooper meant that he couldn't die. His anger also refused to die.
Why What did the scooper do? It does, doesn't it? What are they selling? What are they selling? They selling chocolates. The good purple guy. This is confusing. What did the scooper do and why?
He had seen down there in his sister's location had rocked him to his core. His father had killed and captured dozens. His experiments had killed his sister and then tortured him throughout all his childhood. He was actively trying to build human replicants. He didn't know where his father was, but Michael knew that he was out there somewhere.
I've been living in shadows. There is only one thing left for me to do now. I'm going to come find you.
Michael had to correct for the sins of his father. He had to make things right. Michael would burn Fazbear Entertainment to the ground.
Yo, nice! Yo, good for you, dude. I can't win a single fucking game, so good for you.
Night security guard positions at the old defunct pizzeria locations. That way, no one ever had to see him or smell him during his shift. And all these old, shuttered locations did need guards. Teenage vandals and squatters were always looking to get inside these abandoned buildings, and yet no one ever really wanted to work an overnight graveyard shift unless they were practically out of options. Enter Mike. One by one, he would take on the job of security guard, changing his name each time to ensure that no one was able to follow his paper trail. Once inside, he could tamper with the animatronics and figure out how they worked, writing about his experiences in his security logbook. While there, he would listen to the old tapes where upper management awkwardly welcomed new recruits to their summer jobs, even though he was working there nowhere near the summer months. He heard the gory details of his father's franchise from the outsiders looking in, confused and afraid about what was happening in the walls around them. Sometimes he would see his brother in the form of the Golden Freddy suit. It's me appearing on the walls around him. Except now, there was something else there. He was no longer alone. Another angrier presence was also—
The animatronics are often made to kill kids. Baby, Ballora, Funtime Freddy, Funtime Foxy all wanted to escape the facility but couldn't because of the security system, so they all got dismantled by the scooper. Became one entity known as Ennard and tricked Michael into getting his organs scooped out so they could escape the facility inside Michael. Oh, okay. Okay, so when the entities escaped him, that was all of them escaping him. And that's why he's like physically purple now, because there's like nothing left inside of him. Got it. Okay. Wait, what is this? Hold on, wait. I actually do want to see this crash out.
150 fucking hours! 160 hours! And I can't get the fucking Grandmaster? I'm not worthy of this game! I'm so dog shit!
You know what I'm more impressed with? The fact that you get viewers when you play games on stream.
Fucking... Yeah! Dude, I'm crashing out. I'm actually crashing out so much right now. I'm crashing out so much. I'm gonna make fucking pizzas. What do you want, bitch? Dude, oh my god. Holy shit.
Wait, dude, you fucking crashed out so bad you started making pizzas.
Out so fucking much
It's
right
like
now.
Papa John
God
all over again without the slurs.
Fuck. What do I got? What do you want, bitch? God fucking damn it. God fucking damn it, dude.
Dude, this is actually... Dude, Juan is one of the funniest fucking people in the world. Whose brain goes like, I'm in a horrible mental state right now. I can't take this. Everything fucking sucks. I'm miserable. I'm dying. Let me go play fucking Papa's Pizzeria. Who the fuck does that? What kind of brain does that? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yo, shut the fuck up, you little piece of shit. Nobody fucking likes you. Wait, 8 and 11. Shut the fuck up, Spider-Man. You're a fucking loser. Oh, sorry I don't fucking sit on my sweaty ass all fucking day. You fucking loser. Your fucking
saturation's
family
really
gets
high. Oh my god,
divorced
you're
because
right.
you fucking freak. Nobody fucking likes you. Your fucking mom wants to kill herself every fucking day because of you. You fucking loser. Oh, 8 and 11? Hey. Wait, that's how many times I fucked your entire family throughout the fucking week. Shut the fuck up, you weird ass nigga. I'll beat the fucking shit out of you.
Whoa, now that guy said something he doesn't sound like he should be able to say. That guy said something pretty naughty, and I don't know. That guy kind of said something. We haven't run into anybody that crazy. That was quick play? Wait, that was even comp? Oh my god. Holy fuck. Is it that serious? What the fuck, dude? Uh-oh. I just clicked on Sabrina Carpenter's Tiny Desk concert. That was a complete random guy. Dude, all Carlos had to say was his stat line, and he just got fucking pissed. That's crazy. Oh my god. I've never, ever in my life gotten that pissed off at somebody for shit talking. The most I've ever gotten pissed off at a game is when there was a really hard challenge like NBA 2K23 to get a Bill Russell like legendary card kind of thing, and I lost a game that took me like 2 hours by 1 point. I wanted to kill myself. Not Sabrina Carpenter's Tiny Desk concert. Oh no! Oh no! That's me, Espasa. Oh, she's not British. Kronos, me, Sonic, and Orzul. Wait, who's Sonic? That's so fucking absurd. Sorry, not to lock out of FNAF, but that was crazy. I remember Orzul told me about that clip a little bit ago, and I never watched it. But
about what was happening in the walls around them. Sometimes he would see his brother in the form of the Golden Freddy. It's me appearing on the walls around him. Except now there was something else there. He was no longer alone. Another angrier presence was also in the suit, as if two spirits were forced to share the same body. And Golden Freddy would attack him now. It was aggressive. Its vengeance wanted to lash out at
no
anyone
shit.
with the name.
I can be Mario and
over time, Mike worked his way through the old restaurants,
Mickey Mouse,
the original pizzeria, the bigger, better Freddy Fazbear's. He spent weeks there looking for clues as to his father's whereabouts, and each time at the end of his week's shift, he would
who are the souls in Golden Freddy? I was about to ask that. Who are the souls in Golden Freddy?
On fire.
Cassidy
can't survive high temperatures after all. So burning away whatever
and
spirit
the youngest
animatronics
son.
that still existed inside seemed like a winning strategy. All this revisiting of his past though was causing the nightmares to begin again. Hallucinations that brought him back to his childhood. The guilt around killing his brother. His dreams were oddly mixed with the shrill phone calls of the security guards. But it would all be worth it in the end. The goal was to eventually stumble across the one location, the one job that would finally reunite him with his father. Little did Mike know that day would come sooner than he expected.
That ugly?
2023.
You're like the way your game looks?
Mike's TV.
Yes.
Fazbear Frights, a new horror attraction.
It looks like you pissed all over your screen and then started playing.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza so many years ago. It made Mike sick. People looking to make a quick buck off the tragedy of others, off his own family. This wasn't a joke or entertainment. Regardless, he had to be a part of it. If this team was combing through.
Wait, I missed it. Sorry.
2023, an advertisement came across Mike's TV. Fazbear Frights, a new horror attraction inspired by the awful crimes that occurred around Freddy Fazbear's Pizza so many years ago.
Okay.
It made Mike sick. People looking to make a quick buck off the tragedy of others, off his own family. This wasn't a joke or entertainment. Regardless, he had to be a part of it. If this team was combing through his family's history, they might stumble across something that could be useful. And if his father was truly still alive as he suspected, there would be no way that he wouldn't show up here. Maybe finally this could be the final chapter in his family's marathon of tragedy. Mike applied for the job and was immediately handed the keys. Years of doing this had taught him that security guards rarely receive thorough security checks. They also liked how creepy Mike looked. They thought it was a costume, on theme for the job. What little they knew.
Hey, glad you came back for another night. I promise it'll be a lot more interesting this time.
For weeks, there was nothing. But just as Mike considered giving up, he received the call that he'd been waiting for years.
You're not gonna believe this. We found one. A real one.
Could this finally be him? Sure enough, there he was. William inside his iconic golden Bonnie Springlock suit, only now it was green and decaying with age. And there they were, a small family of broken men finally reunited. It's been a long time, Dad. Mike had always struggled with the phantoms of his past haunting him, but now all the animatronics he'd encountered over the past months, hopping from pizzeria to pizzeria, suddenly sprang to life, their burned faces haunting him as he tried to keep track of his father on the cameras. It would seem that William's mere presence had put the spirits on high alert. Ultimately, they were harmless.
Okay, so why then would if they're all spirits of the kids that William killed, why would they be attacking Michael then?
More annoying than anything
That
else.
feel like doesn't make any
One that
sense.
felt different from the others. One that was more than just a mere phantom. The security puppet. If he looked at the cameras at just the right moment, he could see it floating there through the halls. He could even see its reflection in the water pooled on the ground. It would seem like he wasn't the only one there on a mission. While he was dealing with Springtrap, Michael assumed that this one was likely dealing with the spirits of this place, finally setting them to rest. Hopefully this means a happier day for all of us.
When the answer key? Oh, okay.
And in that moment, he felt the air around him release, like pressure being let out of a bottle. The building sighed, as if 5 spirits had finally been allowed to move on. He had the sense that his brother was a part of them. He rigged the wiring.
That is not
inside
straight,
the
that's my
building to misfire,
brother.
and the dry, desiccated walls erupted in flames. It is finished. Except, it was not. Somehow, through sheer force of will, Afton remained. He had survived.
Okay, if this fucking guy survives through sheer iron willpower one more fucking time, I'm gonna lose my shit.
And Mike
just
needed to find
die.
a new way of finishing off his father. Luckily, the solution
honestly,
would
to me, I
present
forgot
itself later
already.
that year. Not from Mike, but from another victim that had been left in his father's wake.
We're talking about becoming a Fazbear Entertainment franchisee. Restaurant ownership and management. Something almost anyone can do with a limited degree of
Just for you
success.
what?
You are now the face of the newly rebranded Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Fazbear Entertainment as a brand had been closed for years. William had been stuck in a suit and a wall. The only person who legally could bring the franchise back was Henry, but he'd largely pulled out of the franchise around the time of his father's disappearance. Something was up. Surely this had to be some kind of a trick, right? Mike, doing what he did best, applied for a franchise and immediately got the job. There was just one thing out of the ordinary. Paragraph 4.
If you are playing this tape, that means that not only have you been checking outside at the end of every shift, as you were instructed to do, but also that you have found something that meets the criteria of your special obligations under paragraph 4.
No employment contract he'd ever signed required him to keep special lookout for independently moving animatronics outside the restaurant. Now he knew something was up here. Henry was luring them all back. Rather than trying to go to them, like Mike had done for years, Henry was doing the opposite. He was putting them all under the same roof. He was finishing them off for good. Mike knew this wasn't meant to be a restaurant. It was meant to be a prison, a containment vessel, a locked box meant to trap them all in so they could finally end the madness. It took a few nights, but eventually everyone was there. His father, the puppet, the robot spaghetti that had once violated his body, and his sister, now hopelessly devoted to serve the man that had once
hopelessly devoted
and leave, but while he locked everything down, he did move on. If this was truly meant to be the end, if the remnant needed to be washed away, he needed to be a part of that.
This is where your story ends. And to you, my brave volunteer, who somehow found this job listing not intended for you, although there was a way out planned for you, I have a feeling that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be. And to you monsters trapped in the corridors, be still and give up your spirits. They don't belong to you. For most of you, I believe
Wait,
there
this is a
is
banger.
peace and perhaps more waiting for you after
Looking at
this
the internet,
road
which is
clears. Although for
and they're
one
trapped
of
by
you,
the
darkest
lefty.
pit
Wait.
of hell has
Oh,
opened
okay, never
to
mind.
swallow you whole. So don't keep
What's
the
lefty?
devil waiting, old friend.
And with that, it was over. The Afton legacy died with all of them trapped inside of a literal box. As the flames danced around the office, Mike, for the first time in decades, was happy. But William wasn't gone yet. Although the darkest pit of hell was open and waiting for him,
Black Bear,
something or
okay.
someone wouldn't allow him to move on. Instead, he found himself locked in moments from his past. The
That was a
pizzeria,
good- that was like a
subroom,
good
his
line.
underground bunker. It was as if his brain's neurons were all firing at once, overloaded, mixing and matching all his biggest fears, regrets, failures. What was this place? How did he get here? He called out into the silence. Then they started coming. Without warning, animatronics, both new and old, began to jump out at him, bite him, rip him limb from limb. The pain was immeasurable. Make it stop. Make it stop. William, for the first time, longed for death, an end to this torture. Just as it felt like he couldn't take it anymore, everything was quiet again. It was as if the world had been reset. There was a brief moment of quiet, and then the onslaught began again. Dozens of faces from his past all focused on him. A waking nightmare that he couldn't escape from. More pain, more ripping. It was his own personal hell, but why? Why couldn't he just die? And then he saw them, a group of characters he never thought he'd see again. Those janky, stolen characters that had started everything. The mediocre melodies. It had all started to go wrong once they showed up. Once Henry had made them. But mixed in with their obnoxious southern drawls, William heard something else. It was barely a
Five
whisper,
Nights at
but
Company.
he could just make out the words.
He tried to release you. He tried to release us. But I'm not gonna let that happen. I will hold you here. I will keep you here. No matter how many times they burn us.
That voice. He knew that voice, but from where?
Greetings from the fire, and from the one you should not have killed.
The one he shouldn't have killed. William thought back.
Charlie.
He'd done a lot of awful things, but there was always the one that stood out. Not Charlie, his drunken act of revenge. Not Susie, his first true murder. No. Instead, it was the one that he had lost control with. The one that he had broken beyond repair.
Oh,
for
Cassidy.
no good reason other than because he could. The one that he'd stuffed inside the golden bear that his partner used to wear. Cassidy. They were back, and now they were trying to punish him, to make him suffer like he'd made them suffer. It was almost like William and Cassidy's souls had been locked together, fused by a collective rage and spite, each refusing to move on. But while Cassidy was so focused on taking revenge, they actually did the one thing that would be the downfall for so many others. They kept William alive. Even though
This
fire
is
should
canon?
have
Ew,
destroyed the
I don't
remnant
like
that
it.
was coursing through his being, Cassidy kept William breathing, paving the way for his escape. William's will was so strong, his soul so powerful that he managed to put a part of himself inside the circuitry that housed the spring
Yeah,
lock
fucking
suit,
course he
and
did.
there his consciousness lay.
Are
inside
you
a single
kidding?
Circuit board, waiting for someone to find him and set him free. A
Just break the
person that
circuit board.
No one would suspect.
Vanessa, his
so
daughter.
A bit of a shorter chunk, but an important one as we shift perspectives to Mike and tell his side of the story. And with FNAF VR, AR, and Security Breach having so much to explain, I didn't want to rush through things by trying to cram it all in here. Don't worry, I know
Vanessa,
you've all been patient.
I
The final video is happening
threw
on March
up.
25th. That is
No?
locked.
Oh.
It is getting ready to go. Trust
Who the
me,
fuck
I
is
want this
Vanessa
thing to
then?
be over and done with as much as you. I am not just stretching it out for the views. But before we wrap up for the day, I did want to talk about the big Orville elephant in the room, Mike's quest for revenge. You might have noticed that I was vague about the dates, and there's a good reason for that.
You'll see.
I don't
Oh,
know
okay.
'em. There is no good way for me to make them fit in. Here's what I do know.
Wasn't
We
Vanessa
know with
the
high
cop?
amount of certainty that Michael Afton is the character that we play as up until Ultimate Custom Night. Mike Schmidt and Fritz Smith, the
In the
security
movie?
guards for FNAF 1 and
There's-
FNAF 2
yeah, she was the
respectively,
cop
get
in the
fired
movie,
for,
right?
quote, tampering with the animatronics and odor. So weird connection between the two of them, right? But now, look at the phantom animatronics that are haunting us in FNAF 3. They use models from both FNAF 1 and FNAF 2, meaning whoever
Old
is sitting
neck
in that security guard chair, Fazbear Frights, they have to have seen both locations and their animatronics. And that's not all. Their designs are burnt. It's a weird detail in the game, and it's something that the character encyclopedia repeatedly calls
Notice how
attention to.
Afton's
The
older son is
burnt
named Mike?
texture for these phantom
Yeah.
animatronics. Why is that so unusual, though? Fazbear Frights is the first time in the franchise that we hear about anything burning down. From that point on in the story, it's like the characters turn pyro and are suddenly setting fires left and right. But for the first 3 games, nothing ever catches fire. The animatronics are just moved or repurposed in some way. So when did they burn?
That's Josh Hutcherson's character, except they made him not related to Afton, unless they revealed. That's what I was saying. Because isn't that character's name Mike? That's what I said at the beginning before we started. Like, isn't that Mike? So that's why I've been like, this whole time I've been like, that's the same guy.
And why would our security guards see them as being burned? Someone has to have been going location to location.
Yeah,
setting
Mike,
these
yeah.
places on fire, purging the sins of the past. We know we're definitely playing as Mike and sister location in FNAF 6 based on the in-game dialogue. And in FNAF 4, there's an Easter egg where we can hear the phone call from Night 1 of FNAF 1, meaning that whoever's in that bedroom has heard the recording as a security guard. We also know that Mike has seen the nightmare animatronics based on his drawings in the security logbook. So overall, there is solid evidence that connects all of FNAFs 1 through 6. You'll also notice how the character encyclopedia doesn't have a page for Mike Afton. This thing has a page for Chocolate Bunny Bonnie, but not Michael. Some tells me they don't want us to confirm how many games he's been in, because that would confirm too much of the theory. In short, this gives us an incredibly compelling and complete narrative. Mike as our protagonist, and William, his father, as our antagonist. Mike accidentally kills his brother in Fredbear's mouth, which begins our story and sets William down his pathway of destruction. Mike is then haunted by the guilt of his past and is looking to make things right across the rest of the games. In Sister Location, he learns what his father's been up to and realizes what he has to do to correct it. After failing to finish the job in FNAF 3, he ultimately helps Henry end it all in FNAF 6. It is great.
FNAF
It is a
6?
clean narrative. There is just one problem.
Isn't that Security
hiding.
Breach?
Mike's quest can't really start until he's been down to Sister Location, seen Baby, and gotten himself scooped. That's when he finds out about Afton's secret life. It's also when he's gonna start to smell, because, you know, he's a walking, talking, rotting corpse. And we know that he's not going down into the bunker until the Funtime animatronics have been made, Freddy's has been closed.
You're confusing me, Batman.
Pat,
Pat,
out
Pat,
of
Pat.
picture. That all should be happening post-1993, after William is sealed behind a wall. But that then presents us with a few problems. Afton has already dismantled the original animatronics as we see in the FNAF 3 minigames. How are those things getting burned if they're already deconstructed? But more importantly, we see FNAF 2 paychecks with the date 1987. That is way earlier than I think it can be. To be fair, Fritz Smith's pink slip on night 7 doesn't have a date, but it's a bit weird to say that the first few nights are in 1987 and then employee number 3 is hired on years after the restaurant closes. Anyway, just wanted to call that out because I don't have a solid answer for it, and I'd love to see your comments down below. And with that, my friends, this chapter comes to a close. We'll see you on March 20th, Diet Coke addiction. However, Air Up has found a way to
He confused me by saying all that. Okay, last video of FNAF lore. It's a 30-minute long video. Okay. Questions. I would think I was fine until he just started confusing me at the end. Let's do a break. Yeah, let's take a quick break. I got a pee-pees. We'll take a quick break. Then we're gonna finish this. I'm gonna retake Nova's quiz. Excuse me, sorry. And then probably play Marvel Rivals. Yeah, everyone, let's hold hands and sing a joyous song together while we go pee-pees, okay? Sure, I'll be right back. I'm gonna put my BRB screen. Ow, I'll be right back, kittens. Okay, I'll be right back, kittens. Uh-oh, I just broke something. Right back. Give Love Day gift.
Oh. Dag.
Is that a cop? That's a cop! Wait. No. Ah! No! I knocked him out of his fucking clothes. You just let me go.
Oh, incredible.
Just take your hands off me. I hear you laughing out there.
We're
Oh, hey. I think this could be a problem.
Maybe they made budget cuts.
I think you're the one receiving the medical attention. I don't think the doctors know that you're the one who's not in pain.
What happened? Did you like send over a ramp or something?
No, okay. So I like the car a lot, but it doesn't turn very well, and it goes really fast and it doesn't turn, and so I just ran straight into a wall.
Yeah,
but
the handles are definitely.
Yeah, but then the test drive went away, and so as I crashed, I flew all the way back to the PDM.
That's kind of incredible.
It was a miracle. That's the spirit of my alive. Ooh, woo. Meow. Don't clip that. Please. Pee poo poo. Nicole, can we get some sex on the tap for Nicole, please? It's Nicole has resubscribed for 3 months. Nicole, thank you for 3 months. Pee poo poo. Thank you so much, Nicole. I'm having sex, I'm ready. We're learning about Pokemon. No, we're not having sex. That's for my kick streams. Oh, better run, even better run. Watch this. I'm fucking stupid. Where's my car? Oh, it's here. Ah! Hello? Sir? Sir, I believe what the fuck? Ah! This city sucks, man. I just got hit by. You open the door? I can't. Oh, Jesus Christ, buddy. That stuff is half a mil. That's why I did RDA hygienist. Okay, maybe I'll just be a hygienist then. That's kind of easier. I'll be the one that spits in their mouth. Or like.
You wanna spit in their mouth?
Why don't you demonstrate for us?
Oh.
Oh, did you get the Yay.
That's me a call wing.
Guys, hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. We're back. Is everybody here ready for FNAF? Ready to finish up our FNAF educational stream? Hi, Timmy. No? Oh. Oh. Well, then we just won't finish it. I don't care. I don't care. We will not finish this. I don't care. I'm also gonna drink some yogurt. I'm gonna drink some yogurt, dude. Mixed berry. There's something so crazy about just like drinking yogurt. Dude, why does it taste weird? This tastes like ass for some reason. Maybe I didn't shake it enough. Maybe that's what it was. Have you heard yogurt flavored? I had yogurt flavored soju. If that's what you mean. I bet you're right about Danny. I think we are. No, it still tastes weird. Why does it taste so weird? Love Korean yogurt soda. Oh no, I had when I was in TwitchCon. I had Korean. We had soju. So we had I think it was like peach flavored soju and then yogurt. Yogurt flavored soju kind of sucked. It's called Milkis. That sounds good. I do love yogurt stuff. So I really do love yogurt stuff. Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's. I love yogurt that has like stuff in it. I love like yogurt that has like little tasty little treats in it. I also got some I got some zero sugar like Hershey's bars. I just wanted to try them. I probably shouldn't have because it was a waste of the very little money that I do have. And like it tastes so weird. Yeah, like little peach bits or even like little like I get like this like cheese like strawberry cheesecake, like strawberry flavored Greek yogurt and like little bits of like cheesecake and chocolate. It's really good. It's super yummy. Super yummy. But I love fruit with cottage cheese is the real thing, dude. I just had for breakfast this morning. I had a little cup of oatmeal, and then I had a strawberry cottage cheese mix. It was so good. I need more. Dude, me too. I only really eat apples right now, because that's all I have, and they're easy to steal. To be honest, but I want to start eating more. Ooh, braid hair. I want to braid my hair just for fun, just to see what happens. You know what I mean? Well, Edgy's back. Let's get on with let's finish the game theory. I eat kiwis and fruits to become a pastries. Yeah, I like that. I think that's good. It could be cornrows. I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to get canceled. I want to do a subathon really soon. I'm hoping to do a subathon in the next month or two, I think. So I don't pull my hair when oh, that's a smart idea. I just kind of let my hair do whatever when I sleep. I don't really care. Cancel right now. No! Is it racist for me to get cornrows or racist for me to turn down cornrows? You know what I mean? That's the real question. Okay, I was waiting for Danny to raid, but she's taking too long. So both? Oh, fuck. Or you can't win. Sub goal piled up workathon. Oiled up workathon? I could do that. I could do that. I'll do it. I know already a couple of. I don't think this subathon is gonna be as hard for me to do as the last subathon, because last subathon I was struggling to come up with ideas for like sub goals, but I think this one I already have a bunch. Plus, there's stuff left over from last subathon that I didn't get to do. So it's gonna be really fun. I don't know if I want to do a furry themed one again though, or do something else that's more interesting. I also might do 2 subathons this year. I'm not sure. I might do 2 subathons this year because I want to do. I have these ideas for like. I have very big ideas. You know what I mean? And some of my big ideas come in the form of subathons because I think they're such a fun and creative way to do streams. And so one of them I can do now. It's just a little bit of extra setup, and there's another one that I can't do. But I want to know. I want to see if I can do at least one of them this year. I don't know. So I might do 2. But I need to, frankly, raise money to get a car, and I need to raise money to go to TwitchCon later in the year, and I also need to just make sure I can eat because my sponsors haven't been doing super well. So I gotta figure some shit out. So I might be doing a subathon in the next month or 2. So keep an eye out for any announcements about that. Anyways, should we finish up FNAF chat? Let's finish up FNAF. I'm ready. Let's lock in FNAF time.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, and the final part of my FNAF timeline, where today we're bringing our story to a close by talking about the most complicated and controversial part of the timeline, the part that I've been dreading most of all, the end. The moment where we're finally forced to come to some definitive and difficult answers trying to explain what the heck we were watching in Security Breach. The last 2 episodes have been about
Welcome to
death
Game
of
Theory.
Afton's family, the deaths of multiple children, the death of the franchise itself.
I feel like I would
as
kill it
Mike
on
and
Game
Henry
Theory. I just don't want to do any
figuratively
research.
and literally burn it all down. Today's episode, though, and the current end of this franchise, is instead all about rebirth, the return of old characters in new forms, and the
100%
controversial
was the
rebirth
yeah,
of a
you can feel
franchise
it.
entering the next era of its story.
Oh, this is secure. This is the one that I have. This is the one that Danny gifted me.
But before we hop into the timeline, due to scheduling conflicts, I won't be able to have any live talk back after this episode. I know, I promised one, I was really excited about it, but I just couldn't make it work with my schedule and all the other guests' schedules. That said, I still do plan on doing one over the coming weeks with special guests. Just make sure that you're subscribed and either have all notifications turned on, or you're just watching our community tab for the announcement as to when that's gonna happen. And now, without any further ado, we finally reach the end and a new beginning to our story. Fazbear Entertainment was dead.
There is no need for
My
you
dad
to
called what I
return to work
missed.
next week, as Fazbear
Nothing. It's been 10
Entertainment is
seconds.
no longer a corporate entity.
All debts had been paid, all assets redistributed. The company was outright dissolved. Even the memories of the horrors that had happened there started to fade away.
Touch me, it's so easy to leave.
A whole generation of young Emilys and Aftons had lost their lives.
Wait, so they're all actually dead now? I don't know. I'm
Thanks to
confused.
the horrors of the pizzeria, all of them collateral damage to the man in the bunny suit. Everyone the company had ever touched was dead and gone. Well, all except one.
I'm keeping the diamond ring. I also set the house
Wait,
on.
about to get raided. Hold on, chat. We're about to get raided. Watch this. Everybody watch. Hold on. Everyone just wait. Everyone just hold. Just hold. Just hold. Just hold. Just hold. Can everybody say something really weird and out of pocket when the second the raid gets here, please? Come on, just yeah, Timmy, you got it. One of these times it's gonna hit. Promise. Wait, guys, just keep saying it. Keep saying it. Keep saying it, guys. Keep saying it. Come on. Just keep saying it. Oh, don't. Do you guys smell it? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Any second now, surely. Any fucking second. Come on.
Hello, my name is Jay Cuppy, and this
Yeah,
is my
chat,
official
and
coming out
that's how I
post.
found out
I am a
birds
furry.
have
I have
cloacas.
always been a furry,
Yeah, you just-
and I always will be a furry.
Just
Please
like
do not
that,
listen to my
just-
evil twin,
you
Dave
never-
Poopy, who will
Oh,
try to convince you
Danny!
otherwise.
Oh
I
my
am, in
god, thank you
fact,
for
a
the
furry,
raid!
and I meow 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 all
Hey,
day
dude,
long.
I just looking at
Thank
something on my phone. Hey, everyone. Hey, dude! Wow, this is so unexpected. We were just
Tokyo Dooney just introduced
we're just figuring some stuff
people to
out.
new levels of
We were just sorry, we were just learning about birds and FNAF Rule 34 and just a bunch of stuff. So, dude, oh my god, hi, Danny. How are you? How was stream? How was what's that game called? Next to Normal? That's a musical. Life is Strange. That's what it's called. Cloacas are so much fun. Cloacas are so much fun. Is this expired? No, it expires in a couple weeks. Why does it taste like shit? Dude, hi. Here's oh my god, hi, bro gang. Hi. How have you been? It's been forever. My hair's like not that long. Also, Realize Reality, welcome in. Haven't seen you before. Hello, welcome in. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. How the fuck are you? How are you? How are you? Guys, we are today. So I've never played FNAF. I don't know shit about FNAF. As a person, no, I did not like that. What do you mean? I love birds. I fucking love birds. My favorite thing about birds is that you can oftentimes tell what their diet consists of, just or like what kind of food they eat based on what their beaks look like. I think that's fucking awesome. I think that's so cool. You can tell birds of prey because they have like the really sharp beaks, right? You can tell a lot of birds that kind of like eat, like they peck at the ground. You can tell birds that kind of eat. It's so fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome. Oh, you have long hair? Have you seen a bird tongue? Yes. I've seen multiple birds' tongue. I have. I love birds. I love birds. His autism's coming out? Mine or Noah's? Listen, you talking about Sonic? About birds? What else do I like? I really like trains and public transportation. That gets me excited. Just anything, any one of those things, dude. I will just start fucking chugging along. You know what I'm saying? I love trains. I love trains. I think public transportation is fucking awesome. But yeah, guys, we're learning about FNAF lore. We're on our last of the MatPat videos. So I took a quiz. Before this, and I got every answer wrong about FNAF. Now we're gonna take the same quiz after and see what I know. You should come birdwatching with us. I would. I'm actually really bad at species identification. That's also something I've been trying to work on with snakes and spiders, but I just can't do it. It's really hard. There's just so many. We should learn Animal Kingdom Hearts. I love Kingdom Hearts lore. I'm actually so down for that. I fucking love Kingdom Hearts. I fucking love Kingdom Hearts, dude. We're watching from a train. Oh my god, don't say that. I almost just ejaculated. I'm sorry. Wait, Danny! Dude, thank you so much for the raid. Danny, do you have work tomorrow or no? No, that's every single one? Oh, perfect. Okay, yeah, I'll go. I'm so down. Like them, dude, I want to. I would love to. But they are so expensive. The games are like $50. Nar? Oh, that's good. Lord of Halo. I know a lot about Halo, actually. I love Halo. I've played almost every single Halo game. I love Halo. I love Halo. I love Halo. I love Halo. There is a really good, like, 4.5 hour long video about Halo lore. But I just need to find lore that, like, my chat actually... Like, I'm doing FNAF because half my chat has FNAF autism, so it's easier, right? But I don't know what other stuff I could do. Look at the TikTok I didn't do. Oh, dude, I'm busy. Kyobi actually sent me one too. Jesus, why does everybody send me so many TikToks? It's birds? Oh, birds! Okay, wait, let me watch it on stream then. Wait, hold, what am I fucking doing? Wait, I'm wasting my fucking time. Hello? Hello? Fuck, I really gotta play Marvel Rivals after this. TikTok on my cock. Oh, wait, that's Jag. Wait, oh my god. Well, look how cinematic that is. Good for you. Sorry. This isn't birds.
Hello, I'm the doctor.
My mic sounds so bad in that video. It's so funny. You have 2 birds, but one is silly. Wait, that was so cute. Wait, that's so cute. Wait, that's fucking adorable, dude. Well, I went to a pet store a couple weeks ago to get and there were these 2 birds sitting right next to each other, right? every time you would look at them, they would hide their legs to make it look like they were missing legs. And every time you walked away, they would put them back down. It's like they were trying to get adopted. They were trying to get adopted by like making you feel bad for them. It was so funny. It was so fucking funny. I loved it. Uh-oh, hold on. We got a bunch of new Kyobi TikToks. It's so cute. Thank you, Danny. I love birds. Guys, we're doing TikTok Tuesday on Tuesday. That I feel like a monster. That's actually crazy. That's actually fucking insane. I could probably do that. No. 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 5 pillars plus 1 group. We should try this tonight. Dude, he would literally never fucking die. That sounds like it's from Persona. Was it to me? It was. Okay, there you go. I'll look at Nova's after stream. This type. What? Oh. You're not good. You're not bad. You're just nice. Wait, who sings this version?
I'm not good, I'm not nice, I'm just right.
I'm the witch. You're the wood. Oh, I love that. Wait, what did I just say? The witch. Liars and... Oh. Oh. Like his son will be too. Oh, why bother? I knew you would appreciate it. I love Into the Woods. Is this Harry Potter? Pretty much, yeah. Okay, back to FNAF. I'm sorry. This is our last FNAF video. I promise. We're almost done. Okay? Sorry.
Sarah Afton. She'd been there in the early days, back when things with William were good. They'd had the perfect home, a thriving business, the ideal family. But shortly after their youngest son died,
sorry. Run through 70J Block. It kind of did sound like her, didn't it?
Lost in his work, obsessive. She had watched him change from this irritatingly brilliant man
you know,
a
fucking falsettos show hates to see Timmy Slimmy coming, dude.
He was just too far gone.
If falsetto's playing in that area, they better look the fuck out, dude. Oh my god. Good night, Brogan. It's good to see you. It's been such a long time. I hope you've been doing well. Please go to sleep. Please go to bed.
To let me in.
Go take a nice slap. Slap.
And from
Sleep.
there, she largely faded into obscurity. A mystery from
Bye, Brogan.
his past, a footnote in his history. And that was fine for her. She wanted to leave that part of her life behind. She tried to move forward, never wanted to hear the name Freddy Fazbear again. A time defined by mistakes and broken promises. But then, the paperwork started to arrive. As Fazbear Entertainment began to close as a corporate entity, suddenly her mail was flooded with notifications, requests,
Did she?
She had been there.
Did she? Okay, I'll just learn. Hold
helping
on.
William in the early days of his business, and now as a shareholder and sole living member of the Afton family, all copyrights and trademarks of both Afton Robotics and Fazbear Entertainment passed on to her. Memories of this past life that she had long left behind. Looking at the blueprints, the contracts, the memos, she felt old wounds begin to reopen. The regrets of a happy family that had been torn away from her. William had always been brilliant. That's what had attracted her to him in the first place. But he'd also been too blinded by obsession and pride. He was too jealous, too petty, too unable to actually see a bigger picture. But now, holding the paperwork that contained decades of heartbreak and trauma, she realized it was her turn. She was holding the power. This was her chance.
So,
And one thought
did she work with Henry? Did she work with Henry? to destroy them in the like they said in the last episode.
Resonated in her head. I will put them back together. I will put them all back together.
Wait.
She would be the one to rebuild this family, to rebuild the
We'll see.
pieces of that shattered life, to reclaim the kids that Fazbear had stolen from her. But how? Looking at William's work now laid out before her, she knew that he had been onto something.
What's gonna happen?
Collecting
Oh,
weapons,
really?
Robotic humanoids, digital conscience transference. The pieces were all in place. They were just scattered, fragmented. It was almost like there were too many ideas going in too many different directions. It was such an important idea that she reiterated that point to herself. There were too many ideas going in too many different directions. That said, there had to be a way to save it all. She just needed to put it all back together. But how? To rebuild her family, she would first need to rebuild the franchise that had stolen them away from her. With ownership over the characters, their licenses, the technology patents, and the Fazbear name, she converted the corporation back to an LLC, a structure for smaller businesses that are usually family-owned. The irony was fitting. From there, she would need Remnant, and lots of it. Remnant was the key. Clearly, in the later years of his life, William had been using Circus Babies Entertainment and Rentals as a remnant farm, sending robots to kids' birthday parties in the hopes of nabbing bits of the stuff here and there. But clearly, it wasn't enough. He had, what, like 4, maybe 5 animatronics going out every week? No. It was a decent idea, but to get the Remnant they required, it needed scale. Dozens, hundreds of animatronics, all out there, all gathering Remnant from unsuspecting customers. But to do that would require help, something William would never ask for. William had kept everything in-house. His obsession with control limited him. Clara, though, she wasn't nearly that precious. A plan like this required partners, people outside of Fazbear to do the heavy lifting. So she contacted
I'm just waiting to see where this
delivery
goes.
company, DLZ Shipping
Is she
Solutions,
gonna kill
to help
people
build
too?
replicas of all the original animatronics. And with meal delivery apps being all the rage, why not an animatronic delivery service? Order one to celebrate your birthday, your Halloween party. How about a 4th of July picnic? We'll invite Liberty Chica and 4th of July Freddy on over. She would make sure that they made skins for every occasion. Chocolate Bonnies for Easter, Shamrock Freddies for St. Patrick's Day, Dia de los Muertos Chicas. And thus, the Fazbear Funtime service was born.
That's right. With the Fazbear
Markiplier.
Funtime service, you'll never be alone again. You'll always have someone watching your back.
Was it ridiculous? Absolutely. Was it a sellout? No doubt. It was exactly the sort of thing that William would have hated, but it needed to be done to get enough Remnant. Normally, the novelty of ordering an animatronic wore off after like what, 1, maybe 2 times? But with new skins for new holidays, suddenly you had
It's like
yourself an
Fortnite, but
animatronic perfect
Fnaf.
for every occasion. It would keep people hooked. It would keep them ordering the latest and greatest that Fazbear Entertainment LLC had to offer. And all the while, they'd be collecting and returning the Remnant back to her. In a word, it was brilliant. There was just one problem with it. No one trusted the Fazbear name. The company's brand was still mud in the public eye. No one would want to hire animatronics from the restaurant franchise known for murdering children. Nothing kills a party quite like the threat of death, you know. So she needed to find a way to discredit
it depends what kind of party.
stories that had come before. She needed to win back the public's affections, reactivate some nostalgia for the spooky stories of their childhoods. She needed a game. Multiple games, in fact.
They lied to us. They lied to all of us. They told us that the whole point of this VR game was to undo the bad PR done by a rogue indie game developer. But that's not true at all. Those indie games were designed to conceal and make light of what happened. This isn't just an attempt to rebrand. It's an elaborate cover-up.
Struggling game developers were a dime a dozen online, most working on their magnum opus between shifts at the Dollar General. So she found one. Steve just picked him out of obscurity. The right mix of desperate and doofus willing to say and do anything for a couple extra bucks. And he fell right in line, as expected, delivering stupid little things with dumb generic names like Mangle's Quest, Balloon Boy's Air Adventure, Five Nights at Freddy's. Bad gameplay with even worse graphics, but hey, they got the job done. People were suddenly talking about the clues inside of these things, searching for the hidden lore. They were actively making jokes about
Wait, this
dead
is
kids
meta.
in pizzerias. Her husband's twisted history of serial murder had suddenly been reduced to a mere Nancy Drew mystery to be solved. The plan had worked. Freddy Fazbear's was suddenly more popular than ever.
Oh my god, she's like a marketing genius though, actually. Good for her. Girl boss.
Takeover and reboot of the franchise
Girl
was
boss.
full and complete.
Want a Twitch
Suddenly
sub ad? Wait, what do you mean?
cash, she built the
You never had
largest
one? What do you
and most
mean?
ambitious project yet.
Oh,
The
you're
Mega
on
Pizza
Twitch. Wait,
Box.
cool. Wait,
William
what
had
is
always
it?
been so visionary, but always thought so small scale. He was careful to a fault.
Digimon
Not
my
her,
stream was
though.
like, what are you
She
talking
knew that
about?
this latest project needed to be big. It needed to be flashy. It needed to be a palace for children.
This is the one that
got
Danny
people
gifted me, so
talking
I have
and
this
checking
game.
out the latest in Fazbear
Security
products.
breach.
So with a steady supply of Remnant flowing in, it was finally time. The stage was set. It was time to get to her real goal, literally rebuilding a family.
So she's also fucking crazy,
March
from what it seemed.
2035.
Damn!
The first was obvious. The crying child, her little boy, the one that was the first to get ripped away from her. She'd seen down in his bunker that William had gotten very close to replicating artificial humans using animatronic technology, and so that's exactly what she would do. Rebuild her boy from the ground up using robotic parts. His shaggy brown hair, his favorite striped shirt, even down to small details that no one would notice, like the band-aid on his left knee. William's research had even found ways of making animatronics that could bleed and process food, making them virtually indistinguishable from a typical human. He would never
fuck did
have
William
any
figure all that
idea
out?
of what he actually was unless he was explicitly told. The only things that could possibly ruin the illusion were any overrides to his internal systems. If something were to, say, interfere with the cameras that he
security
had in his
spoilers?
eyes,
It seems
or
like
cause
it.
some sort of a core reboot to his hard drive, or x-ray his metallic bones, then yeah, he would be exposed. But otherwise, to the outside world, he was just your typical, normal human boy. She worked down in the bowels of the Pizzaplex, giving him life, but it was one thing to build him, it was another to help him remember his identity. He died so young, so early in their history that there was no preserved memories for him, no documentation that she could just download into his digital brain. So bit by bit, she trained him, forcing him to remember who he was. In a corner of the room, she even made a makeshift dinner table, a reminder of their happier days. The family recreated: 2 brothers, a sister, a father, and the mother
Ew.
at the head of the table.
I don't like
The
how they
one
look.
in charge, the one in command, the one bringing all of this to fruition. But his progress was admittedly slower than she would have liked. At first, he could only communicate through simple ones and zeros, then rudimentary drawings and crude letters. But bit by bit, images of his past life started to come through. Balloons, colors, houses, bears and faces, birthday parties. All for me. Gregory was alive. As the robot boy embraced her, she felt a warmth that she hadn't in decades. This was the joy that she'd been working towards. This was what it was all for. Her son, back in her arms again. The plan was working. She had to keep going. Next was William. If the family was truly going to be put together, she would need him.
Hello,
She knew
hi,
exactly
Yami.
where he was,
How was
in the
dinner?
ruins of that old Freddy Fazbear's pizza place where Henry had trapped him. In fact, that's specifically why she insisted on building the Pizzaplex there over the sinkhole. It was the best place to hide what her true intentions were with the entire operation. Digging through the wreckage, she found him. He was
Okay,
right
so
where
she's
she thought
also
he'd be.
crazy.
Seeing the putrid shell of the Springtrap suit, though, was not something she was prepared for. The rotting corpse of William Afton was disgusting. Scorched flesh fused into the fur lining. Hollow black sockets where eyes once were. A smell that reeked of burned carbon and bloody iron. He was no longer flesh. He was just the tangled sinews of a creature that was once called human. How far this brilliant man had fallen. It was clear that her work was cut out for her on this one. Afton was practically lifeless. The man may not have been able to die, but he was about as close as you could come. And his body would need a lot of reconstruction. Replacement arms and endoskeleton reinforcements were the top priority. Maybe pulled from their new line of glam rock animatronics. She'd have to see if they had any spare Bonnie parts lying around that they could steal. In the meantime, though, she threw the husk that was once her husband into
It was
a
good.
life
God,
support
mac
pod
and cheese.
infused
Wait,
with aerosolized remnant
mac and
to help
cheese
keep him
steak.
stable. But more important than recovering his body was recovering
Blank
his
steak.
mind. In his current
Blank
state,
steak and
he was comatose,
what's
an empty
fritas?
shell. Severe brain damage starts at temperatures over
don't know what any of that
108
is.
degrees Fahrenheit. 42 degrees Celsius, and years of repeated fires had burned his brain to goo. Gone was the brilliant, frustrating mind that had drawn her to him in the first place. But she had a plan. Unlike her darling boy Gregory, Afton had found ways to record his consciousness. Fundamentally, the brain is only a series of electrical connections after all, so why couldn't you replicate that?
Oh,
in the form of a
fries. Oh,
standard
okay.
circuit board? In essence, you could create a digital consciousness. And one thing she knew about William, he was nothing if not cautious. A planner. Someone who had backup plans to his backup plans. And sure enough, there it was. Buried in piles of old animatronic CPUs, a record of Afton himself. But she needed someone to test it.
Someone was definitely here during the night. It had to have been the client. I mean, they sent us that stuff in the first place with no explanation, told us to scan it, said it would expedite the process so we wouldn't need to program any pathfinding ourselves.
Unlike the other games that she'd paid to have made in the past, this one had a different purpose. This wasn't about PR, it was about getting William back up and running, spreading his virus to the masses.
You acknowledge that Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for accidental digital consciousness transference. words, real-world manifestations of digital characters.
She hired a new developer, Silver Parasol Games, to scan the boards and bring her husband into the system. And because of the immersive nature of VR, William's consciousness would be able to merge with the player, giving him a new body, a new agency. There was just one complication. Afton's hold wasn't as powerful as she had hoped. He wasn't able to gain complete control. The first trial run, Jeremy, was so desperate to escape from his grasp that he sliced his own face off with a paper shredder. Messy. Afton's followers were reluctant, to say the least. But it was the second attempt that looked like it had the potential to kill two birds with one stone. Enter Vanessa. Mrs. Afton wanted a surrogate daughter. Her darling Elizabeth would have been a young woman at this point if she had lived. And Clara wanted someone who wasn't Elizabeth but could be just like her. Could she have just rebuilt her like Gregory? Sure, but she decided against it because she wanted an actual human mother-daughter connection.
Wait.
Well, that, and it would be redundant and narratively unsatisfying to have two robot kids in the same family. What could she say? William had put a lot of tools on the table for her to use, and she was planning on using them all. Plus, Elizabeth had always been so loyal to Daddy. It was time to give her a second chance, a true choice. And Vanessa seemed to be the perfect candidate to fill the role.
Your dad's name was Bill? Your dad didn't play fair, did he? He used to make your mum look bad in court. He manipulated you. I know your mum after she lost the custody case.
I was supposed to be a good girl.
She started as a QA tester at Silver Parasol Games, a VR game development company that was part of her plan to bring back William. But more importantly, Vanessa checked all the correct boxes. Right age, blonde, green eyes with a fondness for flowers and the outdoors. In many ways, it was her daughter all over again. Except it wasn't just looks and personality. What really mattered was Vanessa's mind.
Okay, wait, I'm kind of confused.
Coming from a broken home, motherless, able to be manipulated. Yes. She would do nicely. She would be the one to save dear old Daddy, just as the real Elizabeth would have wanted.
I will make you proud, Daddy.
While testing the VR game, William's digital consciousness merged with Vanessa. Oh sure, she fought, fragmenting Afton's code into a series of tapes hidden across the game, trying to do web searches to regain control over her life, but it wasn't enough. She was weaker than Jeremy. She was a thrall that, despite occasional moments of lucidity, had to obey. And with Vanessa, it was a 2-for-1 deal. She was getting a
I'm
daughter
trying to
back,
be.
while also bringing her husband one step closer to reactivation.
I'm trying.
She just had to make sure that Vanessa was headed the right way. The reborn Gregory was an expert.
So
hacker,
she's just
part
like
of the benefits of being an Afton and a robot. So Clara had him keeping tabs on Vanessa, hacking into her emails and trailing her therapy sessions to ensure the future Elizabeth was falling in line. If any of the therapists started to ask too many questions, they were promptly dismissed from their positions. And while Gregory kept tabs on Vanessa's
Yeah, we watched all of
personal
them.
life, Mrs. Afton made sure to clear a path for her professionally. With Silver Parasol's collapse at the hands of the Anomaly, she then had the possessed Vanessa bring the contaminated circuit boards to DLZ shipping and the
So
Fazbear Funtime service. More glitches, more Remnant, more Afton. But it was her last move that was the best. In a true masterpiece of poetry, she brought Vanessa over to be Chief Security Officer.
Okay, I was. How did she get
A true
from there
family
to there?
tradition
Okay.
to don the hat and badge, and all it took was a recommendation from the top as well as some emails marked for deletion. Sure, Vanessa didn't have relevant experience for the
Wait,
job,
she
but
went. Wait, hold on. Wait. She went from a game dev to a security guard. I just think from like a realistic perspective, that's fucking ridiculous. That's insane. I mean, like the monetary downgrade must have been something by itself, but like the job satisfaction is like, whoa.
comes directly from the CEO.
Just to, like, you
Does
know.
it really matter? Husband, son, daughter, a corpse, a robot.
Economics.
All
Yeah,
that was
dude.
left was
Listen,
Michael, poor
I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. And the
boy
game
that
industry
killed
is
the
pretty fucking
youngest,
crazy right
one
now.
that would
so.
spend years trying to make his guilty conscience right again. A
They're only like
self-professed
30 minutes each,
protector.
Yamner.
Well, she knew she needed him to complete the family. Something told her that the problem had already solved itself. Something had shifted when using Glamrock Freddy to excavate the buried pizza place.
I have been here before. I found myself for the first
Vanessa,
time when I cleared the path.
I
have changed.
shit
My
myself.
friends are here, but I can protect you. I am not me.
Maybe it was the remnant that had coursed through Michael's veins. Maybe it was the spirit of Michael living
there
on
more
as a
than this? Wait, what do you
protector.
mean?
He was there, somewhere inside of Glamrock Freddy. She could feel it. And just like that, she'd won.
Yeah, yeah,
done it.
full-time
Sure, there
moms.
were
Yeah,
still
yeah.
some kinks to work out, some final brainwashing of Vanessa, some rehabilitation of William, but they were there. Finally, all together again under one roof. The Aftons
Wait, so
reunited.
Glamrock Freddy is
That's how
Michael?
it could have ended. That's how it should have ended, had it not been for a few unanticipated developments. For one, something was
Glamrock
just
Freddy's
wrong
Michael?
with the Pizzaplex. Almost
Vanessa, I'm smoking that ultra deluxe South Egyptian dung beetle. Would you like a hit? No, yeah, we're just watching the
Almost as if
timeline.
the entire building was haunted, possessed. Puppet
What are you up to,
plushies
Kiva?
hiding on ceilings, behind crates, places that they had no earthly way of belonging. Staff bots with greasy tears down their eyes, acting like they were being puppeteered by some sort of a nightmare. Even their sounds had the echo of nightmares long past.
I've been peeling my fucking nail polish off the entire time. Michael's not glam rock? Oh, but the whole family was together, she said.
As long as her husband was around, it too would linger. Only now, it wasn't just in one body, but it was in the essence of the building itself. She had seen stories of houses built on burial grounds getting possessed by angry spirits, but she'd never assumed that it could be real. Then again, in a world of living spirit metal and mind-controlling glitches, who was she to be so judgmental? The whole thing was
You
ridiculous.
from Fnaf or what? You missed all fucking Fnaf lore, Kiva.
After all, the Pizzaplex was built over
I
the
didn't watch
burial
this? Oh,
ground
come
of
on.
angry spirits, but it was the power cords that finally convinced her that something was wrong. Suddenly, these cords were striped black and white, like the security puppet from generations ago. The very foundations of this place, the materials and wires that constituted
how's your nap,
were
dude?
rebelling against her, against the Aftons, against the quest to bring them all together again. And it was being helped by something else, something slithering through the building. Maybe they were connected, she couldn't be sure, but a blob of living wires could be heard oozing through the walls, stealing pieces and parts of the old animatronics showcased in Rockstar Row. She could only assume that it was a byproduct of all the remnant they'd been collecting. From Afton's testing, she knew that both light and dark remnant existed, one of positive emotions and the other created from anguish, anger, agony. Perhaps this
agony beyond power of speech.
History, a collection of the hatred still housed
Freddy
inside
pizza.
these defunct endoskeletons and
Is that all you got from these
As
videos?
long as it was left alone, it seemed to be harmless. But if any
Fazbear
Afton outside of
pizza
Michael
is
got too
the
close,
pizza
he would lash
for you
out
and
wildly.
me.
Even young Gregory.
Oh, that's a
looking to
VR game?
punish
Oh,
the
okay, okay,
family
okay,
that had
okay,
been complicit in its horrible creation. Little did she know, though, that Gregory should have been her biggest concern. That bringing the family together would have some unforeseen consequences. Gregory was normally the goodest of boys. She had literally built him that way. But lately, he'd been disappearing more and more often, disobeying her orders. Requests. She knew that he loved playing on the arcade machines once the Pizzaplex closed,
In-person
being so
Candyman
good
type
as
shit?
to top the leaderboard on practically all of them. But lately, he was nowhere to be found.
Is it like
She
a must
suspected
play?
his absence had to do with Glamrock Freddy's failed performance the other night, when he malfunctioned live on stage. Almost as though the core programming of Freddy responded to seeing this rebuilt small boy. Almost like it awakened something inside of him. She'd have to make sure that Vanessa was on the lookout for him. But she'd soon come to learn that Vanessa wasn't enough. Whether it was the influence of the nightmare puppet or reawakened hatred
Vanessa
of
bite of
animatronics
87
seated
pizza.
deep in Gregory's code,
sounds so good
something
right now,
had
dude.
caused him to rebel, to rip
It's got the
apart
blood
each
of orphans on
animatronic
it.
in the
Ew, I don't like
Pizzaplex.
that.
Bit by bit, this boy was tearing down the empire that she'd so painstakingly built, freeing Vanessa from her mind control, destroying the remains of Afton in the basement, setting Glamrock Freddy
I don't like that one
loose.
either.
As her carefully created world crumbled around her one more time, she began to plot her revenge. She would have to bring them all to ruin. And there you have it, my friends, nearly a decade in the making, my FNAF timeline for where the franchise is here in 2023, the year of Fazbear Frights, by the way. As always, it wouldn't be right for me to finish without going over some of the more controversial takes that I just handed out. I think we can all agree that this part of the timeline was always going to be the hardest. So let me just break down some of the major points. First of all, the biggest swing of this episode, and obviously the one that everything else rests upon, Mrs. Afton being the CEO of Fazbear Entertainment LLC. Here's why I went with this route. Now, first and foremost, the head of Fazbear Entertainment is the single biggest mystery that we're meant to solve at this point in the lore. The Ultimate Guide brings it up repeatedly. Who's running the show? Who is okaying these decisions? And in the security breach memos, we get multiple mentions of someone manipulating things from the top down. Whoever this is, they are the person driving forward every other facet of late-stage FNAF lore here. They're the puppet master.
Okay, so this this entire video was just like all an assumption then? It was just like all an assumption based on lore that they got? Yes? What the fuck did I just watch this for? Why did I just watch all of it? All the videos are? Well, that's fucking stupid. You're telling me all of these videos are just like game theories. Oh, you should have seen it earlier, you dumbass. Oh. Fuck. What a waste of my time.
Hiring the indie dev. They're the ones relaunching the brand, building the Pizzaplex over the burial ground. So everything at the end of the timeline relies on this one singular answer. Now, as I see it, there are two possibilities.
About it? I didn't know it was a theory. I thought it was
like we see older versions of robot kids in the fourth closet, or Mrs. Afton. Could it be someone completely new to the franchise? Absolutely yes, but in a game with so many returning faces and repeated themes, it would be pretty random and arbitrary. So, between these two girl bosses, who then would it be? Well, Elizabeth always wants to please her daddy, so she'd be most likely wanting to bring him to life. But then, what's Vanessa's role in all of this? Vanessa is clearly meant to be a parallel for Elizabeth. Same hair, same eyes, similar backstories, but if the main goal is getting the Afton family back together, which seems to clearly be the case in Security Breach, then there's no need for Vanessa to be involved at all. We already have Elizabeth running the show. It would also mean that we suddenly have two robot kids running around, which feels narratively repetitive and quite frankly kind of dumb. Now look at Mrs. Afton.
Well, don't tell Scott Koth on that.
About her outside of any clues that we can get from Immortal and the Restless and Ballora's song. But what her being head of Fazbear does is make every other piece of the lore fit. Suddenly, you can have one of every other type of character. One robot kid in Gregory, one brainwashed human in Elizabeth/Vanessa, one OG corpse in William, and one possessed animatronic in Mike. Narratively, it makes everything else cleaner. Legally, it's also the option that makes the most sense. As I call out in my narrative, she'd likely have some stake in the original company and all of its assets. So as Fazbear folds as a company, I'd suspect a lot of it would
Wait, who the fuck does this now,
There
then?
was one clue that really sold me on this
Who's Mr. FNAF,
that
then?
was this right here, in the Post-it room. The big lore central of Security Breach, a dinner table scene with the whole family, including the mother. And not only is she there, she is at the head of that table, the position of highest honor and responsibility. She is the one in charge, with William being relegated off to the side.
Somebody picked it up? Oh,
one
God.
scene shows that we have to include Mom in there somewhere, and the only place it makes sense for her to be is at the top. Now, there is one big dilemma with my interpretation of all this. The Ultimate Guide really seems to point out that the head of Fazbear doesn't want the glitch trap virus to spread. They call out one particular email in FNAF AR where the legal team calls a cease and desist to all action about scanning the circuit boards. And even in FNAF VR, we're told that the circuit boards get stolen back by the client, presumably once they realize what danger is on there.
Did he
Try to
really?
stop glitch trap before he spreads and gets out of hand.
What
Here's the
the
problem with that though. If the head of Fazbear doesn't
Why do
want
people love
Afton to
FNAF so
rise
much, then?
again, why'd they restart the company in the first place? Why'd they build over the FNAF 6 pizzeria? Why'd they go through an elaborate cover-up to make the possessed Vanessa an important part of the company? Just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It would be the most inconsistent series of actions ever, but I did want to call attention to it since it seems to be the route that the official guide is trying to steer us towards. Moving on to minor point number 1, the Five Nights at Freddy's games were made by the Rogue indie developer. Here's the thing, FNAF VR opens with this line.
That's why we have recreated many of these completely fictitious scenarios, lies that you've been fed over the last several years.
Heard of the Christian
into
game
a
creator?
hilarious VR
Must have been
game.
really
It's
fun, exciting games.
told to you by
You already
the
know like the
developer, and
whole
since Help
fucking
Wanted
story of
has
the Bible.
direct
What's the point?
recreations of FNAFs 1 through 3, it means the games must be part
Oh,
of the
dude, hope
canon
it's a save
that this
point, dude.
developer-
Hope it's a save point before crucifixion. Fuck, dude. Is there like a secret ending? Like, can I like get out of it in a way? Is there like a code, like a sequence I can put in to escape crucifixion? You look at this bug it has found to get out of the cave 2 days earlier. Check this shit out, guys. Use this one quick speedrunning trip to get out of Jesus' cave 2 days earlier. Security Breach has like 6 endings. Ugh, of course it does.
made up. Also, all of this is heavily implied in the story of the same name, Help
Story
Wanted.
of the Bible that has
Flex,
Yakuza?
hence FNAF 1 through 3, canon
Who,
games.
yeah, oh my god, but each
lore
chapter
of
he
the
plays a
series.
different
Big swing
character.
number 2, the
One
elephant
chapter's Cain and
for
Abel,
Ghost
one
in the
chapter's
Room, Charlie
Moses.
infecting the Pizzaplex. John from the channel FNAF has made some great findings about Charlie's influence over the Pizzaplex. The cables that looked like the striped arms of the puppet, the Nightmarion plushies that you find hidden across the Pizzaplex in weird places, the
They should make the
staff
Bible
fonts
but
with
like
creepy
FNAF.
smiles and in your dreams
And the
written
jump
on
scares are
front.
like
all
just
of these things
different
scream puppets. Plus,
villains
the
from the
puppet mask
Bible.
not having tears in the blob seems to imply that Charlie's spirit exists elsewhere. She
The
is
story
still
to
in
turn
play,
water
and
into
she has an
wine.
important role, especially in Gregory's Post-it room. The doors to the Post-it
Story
room
of Bible
with the
isn't
code are
Ultra
called
killed the
Charlie
Bible.
doors.
Oh, good
And inside, you
night,
see a bunch of lit-up
Edgy. Have a
nightmare
good
staff
night. Thanks you for
box
hanging out for so long. I
heads.
appreciate
To
it.
say
Have a
the
good
least.
night.
Channel ID's
Have a good
Fantasy
night.
did
Hope
a
your
great
hair doesn't
theory
get
looking
fucked
at the
around
Post-it
with when you're
notes, concluding
sleeping.
that the crying
Good night,
child
Edgy.
Gregory isn't alone in this room, but rather father might be communicating with someone. A spirit, Charlie. Charlie's spirit seems to
Charlie
have
bit
pulled a
me.
poltergeist. Instead of controlling one thing, she's affecting a lot of little details, foundational elements of the Pizzaplex. And this isn't the first time that we've seen this in the franchise either. We've seen spirits communicating with people through physical writing in the survival logbook. So we know that this is an established means of spirit communication within this franchise. And I suspect that to some extent it might be Charlie's influence making Gregory go haywire. Which brings me then to my final and probably biggest controversy in recent FNAF history, Gregory as Patient 46, the evil robot mastermind. Now, I know when I first came out with this theory a year ago, people were mad. But here's the thing, you don't have to take my evidence points for it anymore. The recent Tales from the Pizzaplex story, GGY, basically goes and just outright proves it. In GGY, we find out about a boy named Gregory who's getting all the high scores in the Pizzaplex arcade machines. When therapists start to go missing, it's confirmed that GGY is the one that's working to bump him off. And when animatronics start getting corrupted by a mysterious glitch, GGY's letters are found inside the code. He even chooses the code name Dr. Rabbit, for crying out loud. But obviously, by the time of security breach, Gregory is working against Burn Trap, Vanessa, and the animatronics. Why? How? Well, it's not really
I'm honestly
clear.
not
It's
following
that
anyone.
Something must have happened to cause him to either lose his memory or be reset in some way. Maybe it was Charlie talking to him in his post-it room. Maybe he hit his head. Maybe it was the connection that he made with Mike on stage. in
Dude,
Grand
chat,
Rapids.
can I say this? I really want to start watching Jet Lag again. So I think either when I come back from break or next week, I'm gonna watch Jet Lag. I'm gonna start watching Jet Lag again. I'm not gonna wait anymore. We're gonna start watching Jet Lag again. I want to introduce all the new viewers to Jet Lag. It's so simple. No, it's not.
I'm not exactly sure, and I don't
Nothing
think
about
we
this
have
is
enough
simple.
clues to solve any of it yet. But it makes sense from a story perspective.
Okay, whatever.
These characters that addresses most of the evidence we're given? Yeah, for me, honestly, it really does. And let's be honest with ourselves, the DLC will probably come out later this year and prove me completely wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. Then comes the movie, whatever, my descent into madness continues. But regardless, I am so
Says
proud
you
of this.
dumbass.
This was
What?
a
I never said I
massive
wasn't a
undertaking,
dumbass.
And I'm so proud of our editors who have just destroyed
Don't skip.
the
I'm
editing
done.
across all 4 of these installments.
I'm
You
done.
guys are the best. Thank you for pushing through on 20+ minute uploads. You are unreal and your talent is unrivaled. I'm so lucky to work with you guys every single day. And like I mentioned before, keep an eye on the channel for an announcement regarding a talkback live stream with some special guests. Was I right? Thanks for watching. I can leave the demon to its demons with one final reminder that it was all just a theory.
A game theory.
Thanks for watching.
Yay! All right, I know everything about FNAF now. I know every single thing there is to know about FNAF at Freddy's. Every single thing ever. I know everything, and I'm gonna prove it right fucking now. So my answers at first. Who established Fazbear Entertainment? Okay, the answer is actually William Afton, right? What a journey. What'd you dream about during this, Kiva? Right? You can answer key for later? Oh, okay. Explain the connection between Afton family and the creation of the animatronics. I have to explain the whole fucking thing? Well, so, like, William really loved a singing bear, and then he made costumed versions of his own little show thing. Then a guy named Henry made the same things, but with animatronics, and then him and William eventually worked together to make a bunch of them. That's it. I suck at this. That's what it is. That's what it is. Why did the animatronics attempt to kill the security guard? Oh, that's actually a hard question. Wait, that's actually a hard question. Why did they attempt to kill the security guard? Is it because they thought it was William and they wanted to get revenge? I'm pretty sure that was it. I think that was it. Fnaf movie is the only thing I've seen in the franchise. Me too! Me too! Me too! Besides this now. What is the true identity of the purple guy? Ah, well now we know. Trick question! It's actually 2 of them. William Afton and his maybe bisexual son, Mike Afton. All right. What is a scooper and how do remnants directly / indirectly correlate to? So, like, the scooper... So, like, the scooper was a thing that ripped out the innards of Mike, and then they jumped inside of him to slowly escape using him as a vessel or something. Maybe bisexual is crazy. Well, I mean, you know. Mike Schmidt. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Mike Schmidt. Is this like William Afton's son, Mike? I don't know any other Mike. William Afton. Scary fucking murderous man who was also the creator of Fazbear's Pizza. Plus, then he also killed kids and made evil animatronics and then stayed alive in one for 30 years. And then I guess kept living. The puppet / marionette. I don't remember this one. Oh my god, hi Lockout. What's your question? The puppet, if not furry, why need to know? They're not furries. They're not furries. Just because you see a hot animal doesn't make it a furry, Lockout, okay? Thank you very much. It's different. It's so different. It's different. Read my chat. Oh. Hot? Well, some of them. That movie? Wait. I personally love Mike Ock. Mike Ock? Mike Ock? I love Mike Ock too. Wait, I need to play music. What am I doing? Ugh, I forgot it's Fnaf music. Fucking terrible. Who was the puppet? The security guard. But I forgot actually whom. What did you just say? I love my cock. Henry Emily. The man that William was inspired by but also hated. He developed the first animatronics and I fucking butchered that so badly. And merged his company with Afton's. Gabriel. One of the kids that died, I honestly don't fucking remember. I just know he died. Okay. Bite of 83. This shit was crazy. So, like, Mike, William's son, actually played a really goofy prank on his little brother by putting him in the mouth of the Freddy animatronic, but then the springs accidentally went off and bit the fucking kid's head and he died. Okay. The MCI. I don't know what this is still. What was this? MCI? I don't know what this was. Is that the top of my musical theater essays? That was probably puppet. It was kind of. Wait, I don't. Is this? Is this is this the Charlie? Is this Charlie dying? Is that what this is? Oh, kind of the whole thing's an Iron Man reference. Is this the Charlie thing? The MCI? I don't remember. Is this when William killed Henry's daughter? I don't know. Bite of A7. Security guard was bitten and killed by animatronic because they thought it was William, and so they fucking killed the guy. Elizabeth Afton's death. William's daughter was told to stay away from the animatronics, but then didn't and got ripped in half and literally devoured by one of them. Ew. The closure of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Kids died. I mean, yeah. I feel like that's right. That answer doesn't change. Kids died. Okay. See, I don't know how to do this one still. Can you? Thank you. At least 3 major lore elements and or events. Okay. Fnaf 1. Fuck, I don't remember. Those videos didn't really go over like game by game. They didn't really go game by game. You know what I mean? So it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough to say game by game. Hi, Jen. Dude, Jen, I know so much now. I know so much now. Allegedly created by Will's wife. Freddy gets cunty outfit and Vanessa hypnotized. Grieve Vanessa. The kid might be a robot and also might be Will's son. Okay. One guy said this. I honestly don't remember what. I don't remember shit about the first one that he said. Oh, I don't like sushi, but how was it? A lot of my friends in San Diego went to like these like revolving sushi things, and I was kind of jealous, even though I don't like sushi. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I don't. Those videos didn't really go game by game, so it's kind of hard to say. You know what I mean? Oh, really? Do they have like non-fish sushi or what? I'm gonna skip these. I don't know. That's my fault. Well, I kind of did fuck up the document. Penis! Oh, I wrote that. They have a lot of other things like terror. Ooh, that sounds good. Wait, I want to go. I wonder if there's one near me. I think the film was a British-American family, bleh, presumably from Utah, bleh, that played an influential role in the history of fast food entertainment and managed its related sister company, Afton Robotics. For many decades, the family was incredibly dysfunctional. Blah, 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 blah. The filming patriarch William Afton was a serial killer and largely absent from the lives of his children. Tragedy struck the Afton family itself when William's creations, Elizabeth Afton, and William's daughter, was killed by a circus baby, an animatronic her father designed after she disobeyed his warnings to stay away from it. Wait, is this like a full anarchy or? Oh, okay, this is all the answers. Got it. Okay, that's a lot. What's I don't. I've never had a wonton. Is it like a dumpling? An animatronic her father designed, she disobeyed his order to stay away from it. Okay, so I got that right. You're trapped inside an animatronic, turning her into a key player in events that followed. Another victim of William Afton was his youngest son, often referred to as a crying child, who died after an incident involving Freddy Bear. One of Williams' earliest animatronic creations. The original 4 animatronics to include Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie the Bunny, Chica, and Foxy the Pirate Fox. Became haunted by the spirits of children murdered by William Afton, whose his position as a co-founder of Fazbear Entertainment that carried out crimes. The guys, the security guard, are wearing his spring Bondi suit. Afton lured children to secluded areas of the restaurant. Over time, killed them. Their bodies were hidden within the animatronic suits, and over time, the souls of the victims began to possess the real animatronics. Many decades later, Michael Afton and William Afton were reunited at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place. The latter attempted to kill his son, although was ultimately unsuccessful. In the end, both of them were burned alive by Henry Emily, William's former business partner. Allegedly. We already did, Jen. We already did. There you go. Why did the animatronics attempt to kill a security guard? Animatronics in Five Nights at Freddy's attempt to kill the security guard due to a combination of faulty programming, vengeful spirits, and lingering trauma. During the nighttime operations, the animatronics are placed in free roaming mode to prevent their servos from locking up. However, in this mode, their facial recognition software malfunctions, and they misinterpret the security guard as William Afton, their original killer. Another possibility, as mentioned in the book series, is how the spirits don't remember the exact details of the death or who was responsible for the murders. To them, the security guard becomes a symbolic representation of their killer if they cannot. That's kind of cool. I saw a song live, not to flex. You're not flexing. What the shred did the purple guy? William Afton! And then also later, Michael. What is a scooper? The scooper is a significant piece of machinery introduced in Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. The scooper is specifically designed to disassemble animatronics and their endoskeletons in a highly destructive manner, ensuring that the parts can be repurposed for or discarded. Remnant is a tangible substance between the soul and metal symbolized for the physical manifestation of memories infused with possessing inanimate objects, making it a driving force behind the paranormal occurrences in animatronics. Besides, okay, Mike Schmidt, main protagonist. Okay, so it is Michael Afton. Got it. Okay, so I was right. William Afton, also known as Purple Guy, or his split identity, the Spring Trap. Okay, we know who. Oh, the puppet. Marionette is puppet is supposed by Charlotte Emily. Oh, I forgot that one. She seems to protect her fellow animatronics and the spirits inhabiting them, as demonstrated in minigames such as Give Gifts, Give Lives, and Save Them. Although her exact methods are unknown, it is generally implied that Puppet interacts with the souls of other children in some way to give. Okay, got it. Charlotte is Charlie. Got it. That's why I didn't know. Let's go to bed. Yeah, I think he said there's like a 90% chance of him passing out during stream, and I think that happened. We know who Henry Emily is. Gabriel, one of the missing children. Okay, I was right. Later possessed by extension is a primary antagonist of Five Nights at Freddy's 1. While concrete details are scarce, several theories attempt to contextualize Gabriel within the broader FNAF lore. Some suggest he's a victim, potentially connected to one of the missing children whose spirit lingers in the animatronics. Others postulate that he's a more active entity, perhaps influencing the actions of other characters. Oh, that's interesting. He's in a 12 tomorrow? Jesus. They worked him into death. Just let the old people die, man. My God. Fight of 83. We already know that one. Yeah. Crying child died. And missing children incident. Okay. All right. Okay, but of 87, we know that. Yeah, we knew that. Elizabeth Apton's death, we knew that one. What's your favorite pizza? Yeah, bunch of people fucking died. That's the answer. Bunch of fucking people died. Type Foundation for Families. Yeah, whatever. Phone guy who's born in character Five Nights at Freddy's. Do we know who it is? Lucid missing children incident, which is a series of disappearances. Okay. A few times. Yeah, whatever. Game introduces more advanced toy animatronics and Jen? Learning animatronics, deaths, disappearances. Ooh. Supposedly his name is Ralph. Jesus Christ. Wreck-It Ralph, dude. Huh. Can I say something? I loved Matt Pat's videos about this. But I don't agree with the theory that he had that his wife was the one who's like in charge of everything. It just feels weird. I think Afton's wife was simply just a method of storytelling and character evolution and methods of evolving the character of William Afton a little bit more. I think she was quite literally her purpose was to develop the character of William Afton more, and you know what I'm saying? I don't think it makes sense for her to be that. I think she was quite literally just a minor character for that explicit reason. You watch the map? Yeah, we watched all of them. I don't agree with him there. I think he's wrong. As an expert on the subject, I think he's wrong, and I think he should shut the fuck up. Hey, did I miss this? Yeah, it's okay. But you had revolving sushi. That's fun. You had a lot of fun, and that's important. You had fun. This was fun too. You would have actually loved this. Not to like rub in your face, but this was fun. I actually feel like an expert right now. I feel like if somebody asked me, like, if somebody on the street was like, "Hey, do you know FNAF?" I'd be like, "Do I fucking know FNAF?" Dude. Yeah, I could practically be sucking FNAF's dick right now. That's how much I know about it. That's how fucking much I know about FNAF. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be fucking and sucking FNAF right now. Need to? Bro, me too. Like I get it now. I get it now. Glamrock Monty. I don't know who that is. Okay. Five Nights in My Bed. Ooh. Yeah, I need Foxy in the bed ASAP. Yo. Wait. Google. Foxy FNAF. Damn. That's my femboy right there, dude. That's my femboy. Look at that. Need Springtrap? Which one's Springtrap? Isn't that William Afton one? I like some of the Cuppy streams. What the fuck does he know about FNAF? Dude, Kiva, literally fucking everything. Ask me a question about FNAF right now. She's gonna lurk. I can feel it. Ew, no. Ew. Ew. Jen, no. Well, chat. The next step now in our FNAF saga, I have to play the FNAF games. So I plan on doing, I don't know when, but I do plan on doing a stream. I do plan on doing a stream where I cannot end until I beat every single FNAF game. Okay? That is my goal. That is my idea. That is my plan. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. Well, all the main ones. Not all the main ones. I'm not going to do the fucking 20,000 games there apparently are. Okay? The main ones, the main games is what I'm going to do. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. That's our next step in the FNAF saga. You'll die, God willing. God fucking willing. But I think now I'm gonna do a couple of games of Marvel Rivals on stream, and then probably end stream and play more Marvel Rivals. So I'm gonna hop on Thank you, first of all. Can everybody can we give a quick thank you again? If you die, we can clip and make you go, oh my god, that'd be a good idea. Wait, okay, Poggers, I'll die. Can we get a big round of applause for a big heart in the chat to Novaf Serobic for making this entire document and also theming it and making it seem like it was a fucking in-universe job application? That was fucking sick. This is fucking awesome. And it's so cool. I'm not playing fucking Papa's Pizzeria, Timmy, okay? Thank you, Nova. This is fucking poggers. This was really cool. Jen, you would have loved this. We read through it all. It's so fucking cool. There's like themed. It's like themed. It's so fucking cool. It's so cool. Nova Slade and 8. Pussy cunt purr. I also want to say everybody who might be leaving when we start playing Marvel Rivals. I do have an award show next Friday. I don't know why the fuck I'm playing Marvel Rivals right now instead of ending stream and working on that shit because I really I got a couple days to lock the fuck in. Another 4 hours? Hell no. I'm actually tired, dude. There's a lot of lore, Jen. Good night, Timmy. But yeah, so if you guys are all leaving, totally fine. I will see you guys next Tuesday for stream. But also Fridays with the big award show. So, and then that week should be, I might postpone my break. I don't know. It depends how I'm feeling, but might be my last week before I take like a week or two off, which I hate because I don't want to leave everybody. I hate taking breaks, especially now that Jen and Chairbasket like have like another white guy on deck. I'm kind of scared to leave, but we'll see. We'll see. Good night, Timmy. But yeah, I'm gonna hop on Marvel Rivals just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. And also, Timmy, thank you for hanging out with me and teaching me the ways. Yo, hi, Mermaid Song. Need him? No, you don't. You need me, and you're gonna stay that way. Do you understand? Welcome in, Mermaid Song. How are you? No? Yes. Thank you, Timmy. Thank you for all the help. Thank you for the help and thank you for hanging out. I hope you had fun. This was really fun for me, and having you in there also fangirling was really fun. Standing ovulation. Okay. Maria. Oh, good morning. Good morning, little chair. I just watched you in my Diva cat using my laptop. Oh, really? That's cute. Tell your cat I said. Wait, Lucas pull up vid or Johnny pull up vid? Chair basket Jen, be honest. When I take